Hey, hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the late night stream. It's me, Mr. Cardconomist, and we're live for Saturday night. Wait, Saturday morning. All right, what we got here? We've got a new Inferno X Korean. That's a restock. And new One Piece New Era break. And then Topps Pokemon Pack Split. All right. Just getting some stuff in the title there. We could have a funny title. What would be a funny title? Funny title would be like, I don't know, quitting my job for JP Morgan or something. Something that's going on in the world kind of title. Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome. We just started a minute ago. Who's this? I got a message from someone. Wow. Tag has paused submissions according to this from Ayovic. Wow. How will that affect us? Will that even affect us? Okay. They say demands outpacing. Oh, I got a message. Let's see. Are they gonna raise the price? Let's see. Basic and standard submissions are now closed, but Express is now enabled in your authorized dealer portal. Boy, it's a good thing I got those last two submissions in. I was kind of anticipating something like this might happen. Tag grading. It's too bad for you guys who were waiting for tag grading. Let's just see this real fast. So they're a little concerned about having too much stuff. Let's see. Submit, please. Oh, wait a second. Hold on. Group submission. Let's see what that looks like. Start a new order. Oh, the only option we have for tag grading is now $50. So that's going to come as a heavy halt. That is so crappy. We were supposed to do the tag submission tonight. All right, let me put out a warning. That sucks, dude. It's the weekend. This is officially when I'm supposed to do the tag submission, and then they do this. They pull this on us. Whoa! 8 hours ago, new Lake of the Ozarks outlet mall renderings. Oh man, I gotta see that. I'll look at that later. That's really interesting too. Okay, that's a new piece of news that just came out 8 hours ago. There's like a $600 million outlet mall coming to Lake of the Ozarks. We're really close. Let's pause this. All right. Those cars looked sick. That's all I've seen is the JP Morgan lady incident. It's really funny. All right. That sucks, man. You know what that means, right? That means that probably when they open it back up, I assume they are probably going to raise the price on it. But as of now, I'm going to stop tag grading. We'll probably shift over to CGC grading and Beckett grading because Beckett's still pretty cheap. So Beckett and CGC will be the shift. I guess I'll have to announce this to people. Well, let's just see what we've got done here. Have we pinged Discord already? Let me see if we pinged Discord. That's no good. That's We're going live for Friday night. Tonight's Friday night, right? Karis and I were out all night tonight. We hung out all night. All right, so that's done. Mm-hmm. Here's Jeff. Now, let's see. That sucks, man. I bet you they're going to raise the price on middleman dealers. That's what they're going to do. I think I'll go ahead and I'm just thinking it over. What's our best move? Well, let me go ahead and make the announcement in Discord. And here, unfortunately, tag grading has locked me out of their basic middleman grading because of over demand. This means any outstanding tag submissions are just waiting for grading to open back up. You can wait. Let's see. Hold on. You can wait for it to open again or try transferring the grading over to PSA, BGS, or CGC. What are we doing for CGC grading? And has CGC grading changed at all? Let me see what CGC grading is all about. So we do CGC grading for 30. So I'm going to mention currently we do CGC grading for $30. So that's the easiest transfer. Looks to me like we might be doing CGC grading, guys. Let me head over CGC card grading. I've been I've been coughing like a mother effer all night, man. All night. All right, let's try this. Submission form, signing in. Good thing I got the membership. I've accepted it. All right, good. Submit cards. I just do a CGC coin submission. All right, so let's see what our options are. CGC grading. Send to headquarters. Yes. And what the hell? They want you to use this quick submit, man. I'm just going to do authentication and grading. I don't know. Yep, so it looks like we got our two best choices are going to be CGC and BGS. All right. I'm going to do this is going to be an add everyone. Well, that sucks, man. And everyone else. Goes to show tag has a high demand. I like that, but still sucks. They can't keep up. Yeah, I'd call it growing pains. They're probably going to expand. I think it actually said that in the email I got. I got that email while I was hanging out with Karis today. Yeah, that sucks. Wait, let me go back to the email. Authorized dealers. Hey, I'm an authorized dealer. All right, let's see. He said, okay, so the email says they're building a larger facility. They're building a larger team with aggressive hiring underway. You guys want to work for tag grading? They're expanding equipment and grading infrastructure. All right, and they're only accepting express grades. And express takes a month. Damn, bro. All right, very cool. Well, so Tag's doing very good. They're going to build up a new grading facility, it sounds like. And then hopefully they just come back with the previous prices on grading. That's what we will be paying close attention to. But yeah, I feel bad for everyone who was wanting to do a tag submission. We're still going to go through with the PSA submission, but boy, we better get that one done. So PSA submission is now a priority for me. And then anyone who had a tag submission, you're welcome to convert it over to CGC the same price. CGC is not bad. I just don't grade with them as often because I was getting cheap tag grading. Now that tag grading is paused, we might as well do some CGC grading. That's what's going to end up happening. Okay, everybody? All right, cool. Let's see. I got this order 8 hours ago. Whoa. Alex Garcia pre-ordered. Let's head over to the website. Is the website pinned? I don't think the website's pinned. So that's pretty big news. I just put out an announcement in our Discord server for that. There's going to be a lot of confusion. People are going to be like, hey, why isn't my tag grading done? It's not my fault. Let me go ahead and grab the website. We're going to finish setting up the stream today. Regular customers can still submit to them. No, even you guys can't do it. You can't submit to it. You got to go do their express grading, which is like $20 more or something. I don't know. Also, so I better put out a notice. I'm gonna put out tag unavailable on the menu. I'm gonna hit save on that. And then on the website, it's not available on the website. I don't think we have it on the website at all. So tag is unavailable now. Ooh, cool. Oh, hey, there's Nogala. All right. Do, 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 do. This music's so nice. Too bad you guys can't hear it. Let me put it up here. Ugh. What the heck? I had to send a load of cards like 3 days ago. I hope I am still safe. If you just sent tag grading a load of cards, I'm sure they're going to take care of it, but they're not taking any more as of today. Speaking of grading, when PSA upcharges you, do they do it at market when you submit it or market when it finished grading? Who knows? I think it's at the time that they create your bill. But yeah, I don't know. Alex Garcia, he says, one spot in the OP5 break. Oops. Alex Garcia. So tag grading didn't want to have millions of dollars of too many slabs. And let's grab this box. That is too bad. I'm sure with them turning off their basic grading, um, that will give them a chance to catch up on the cards that they do have. But here's the deal. I strongly, strongly, strongly suspect they're just going to open back up at like a higher price, especially for the dealers. The dealers were getting a pretty decent price. So, I mean, it's not that crazy of a good price. Like, yeah, it was a good price, but it wasn't like the most impressive price on the market, even when you think about it. It's still more expensive than both CGC and BGS when you think about it. So yeah, we're just going to do a lot more grading with BGS, a lot more grading with CGC for a little while. It sounds like I like them tag, and I hope that they catch up real fast. Miss Beatrice, pre-order for the nighttime stream. Can I please get a spot in the Meganium staff? Yes, here it is. So we got this staff card right here. This is the trade card. You guys could trade $20 of junk to get in here. You hear that, guys? I'm accepting $20 of cards for spots in this card, this break. But Miss Beatrice is just going to buy in. You can just buy in. Tag 9, Staff Meganium. It's Meganium. CGC has Cuck in it 10 times better than Tag. Okay, because the Pikachu from Sended I had got pumped up in the time spent out to PSA, so I need to know if. Oh, okay. they'll probably get as much as they can out of it. That's what I'm anticipating. Guess it's time to start doing CGC now. Yeah, we'll be doing some more CGC grading because I don't think we can totally shift all of our operation to like BGS grading. BGS just hands out 9.5s, So BGS is this company that you really should only send your best of your best cards to, your pristines. Send your pristines to BGS for a chance for Black Label. Hathim says for Hololive Curious and for Korean Rocket. Oh, welcome, guys, to the late night stream. We started about 50 minutes later than I hoped for. 2, 3, 4. I woke up at 12:30 to my alarm and then closed my eyes again and then woke my eyes back up and it was already 1:15. So, and there was no alarm. I turned my alarm off. So that is the problem currently is I take a nap before I go live, but it's more like a real sleep because Karis has fallen asleep and then she drags me to bed and it's just really bad. By the way, we have a new product. Here it is. Inferno X. So we sold out of these very quickly. We're going to go put them back into the menu. What we know about the Inferno X is that the Korean product is going up in price. All right, so my own supplier told me that the distributor for Korean products is thinking about increasing their price by, get this, 50%. He said, so if a box costs $50, now it costs $75, from like their production cost or whatever. I was like, okay. I wasn't sure if he was telling the truth. I wasn't sure, like maybe it's just a rumor, but that's what he told me. He said they're strongly increasing the price of the Korean product. All right, but let me do this. Okay, divide this by 30 and divide this by 30, right? There's 30 packs in a box, I think. I can't remember actually. How many packs are in a box? Yeah, 30 packs. So looks like it says I should do $2.80 per pack. 280. What are we currently charging on Inferno X? Inferno X Japanese is 7. Okay. Inferno X shall be, I can either do 250 or $3. I think we'll do, I'll do 250. All right, 250. And that'll turn into a, how much per box for 250? $75 a box. So that'll be $75 for a box of the Inferno X. You could just start digging around in there right now, and you'd probably pull a Charizard pretty fast, is my suspicion, if you just kept hammering it in a row, right? Because this is a fresh case. I wouldn't be surprised if there's almost a guaranteed Charizard in a case, because a case has 30 boxes. That's a lot of boxes. All right, let me go find Inferno X on the menu. Inferno. Hi, Tammy. Korean was $2 before the sellout. Yeah, that's what I remember too. I'm going to edit this. All right, so in stock. Yeah, he warned me about that. He said, hey, he told me that after I bought the Inferno, he said, I just got an email. And he said, we're not going to get access to the Korean Pokemon market the same way anymore. I was like, really? Tell me about it. He's like, now it's going to be pricey. I was like, I don't know. I told him if that was really the case, that it was probably going to fall in demand internationally. Because I told him the only reason people buy Korean is because they know it costs significantly cheaper than the Japanese. So I think that it increasing in price dramatically, that could be good for people who already have some of the product, but that could be bad for future sales because at that point, why not just buy Japanese packs? But who knows? Maybe the whole market shifts upward. So you got the last one there, Hathim. I need to go get more of the Team Rocket packs. I'll be back. What are the Team Rocket boxes going for? I might as well check that too. Let's see. Glory of Team Rocket. I gotta warn you guys, I'm having a terribly itchy throat, so you're probably gonna hear a lot of coughing. Let me pin this. Okay, website pinned. You're gonna hear a lot of. Maybe I should buy another case of the Glory of Team Rocket Korean because it looks like the Korean cards can stay the same price. Let me mention it to him real fast. So I know we're gonna get to your turn, Mr. Thim, but let me just mention this to him. All right, let me go grab some. The Korean Rocket has always been my best-selling product for Korea. You guys buy this Korean Rocket like it's going out of style, like it's going out of business. Wait, what's the term? Put this over here. So no music, huh, guys? You can't hear any music? I wish you could, because then you couldn't hear me cough as bad. All right, let's pull that up. Okay. I find I don't cough as much if I breathe through my nose, and if I don't talk as if I don't talk as much. All right. We are. Went to a big car show tonight. You guys probably saw that in the Discord server. If you're in our Discord server, we were going nuts. So when is the bulk order to PSA being sent out for this month? This weekend. So it's time for that submission to go out this, like, literally now. So I'll be at home Saturday, Sunday working on that. You'll see a note saying it's gone out. Let me jump this over here. All right. Snip this. Good. I know what we should do. We should do some SGC grading. What do you guys think? Good luck at them. Here's a hollow. 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 Ooh, protect Gengar at all costs. Oh. Hey, what's up, Mr. MRBL? Well, thank you for joining me tonight, guys. I appreciate you being here. We have such a nice group. How we get such a nice group? I feel very lucky to have you guys. We are. Ooh, Nido King. Nice sniper there. That was the last 4 packs of the previous box, Mr. Athim. So now if you dig into the next rocket box, there's probably another hit. All right. I must have hit the jackpot because I'm hanging out with you guys tonight. Grab this. I took Karis to a bar out here in Camdenton. We went to a local bar. Definitely feels like countryside Midwest. There is certainly a feeling to it, man. When I was younger, when I was like 21, I had a whole different life. I had a different job. I had a different girlfriend, different friends. And I had a good friend who would take me out to the bar. We'd go to the bar. I didn't do a lot of drinking. I just didn't enjoy alcohol. So I don't know how that works. I must have like genetics or DNA where the alcohol doesn't work on me very well. But we'd go and it was fun. I guess it was okay. Now I'm 37, taking my wife out to the bar, and it's like, what am I doing here? We are. I'm looking around. There's like a feeling. But the people at the bar, we went to 2 different bars actually. And the people there are just like, man, they were like bumming me out, dude. I was like, what are you guys doing? They're like less happy than I was. I was like, what am I doing here? They were drinking their troubles away. No more affiliate grading. What's going on with Tag? I thought they were good. Tag has paused grading for even their they've paused grading for everybody at the cheap grading rate. They allow you to do express only. And this change affected even their middlemen, their tag dealers were called, I guess, where you're doing middleman grading for tags. So they paused it for everybody, even their middleman graders. And so this means everybody who was waiting for a tag submission to go out is paused now. Now you can contact me and convert it over to PSA. That will cost an increase in the price or BGS. I don't know if I recommend that unless you think your card's going to grade pristine. Or we can all jump on the CGC train together. That's what I'm recommending. Tammy's here. She wants 10 of the Dreamlike Oceans. Miss Tammy, you shouldn't have. Oh, Tammy. Sweet, sweet Tammy. Yeah. 10 Ascended Heroes. All right, I'm running out of Ascended real fast, actually. What can I look into with Ascended? Because I'm running out real fast. Hold on. I got to see that because I knew about that in the daytime stream and I didn't look. Hold on, actually. Let's see. Man, it's all expensive. I don't know, Tammy, but let me jump over here real fast. So it looks like we can purchase this item again. Let me look this up. We're running real low on this. Oh, wow. Yeah, it shows that it's jumped again. Wow, man. All right. And let me compare these two items real fast. So, Tammy, we're not going to change the price on this, but I'm interested in a restock. But actually, I think there is a price increase anyways. So let's see, 12 boxes. So this number divided by 36. That's not really a big change. It's gone up by $1, it looks like. And then what about this? This is clearly more expensive. Okay, good. Good to know. So we'll go ahead and grab 4 of these if I can. Does allow for, whoa, okay. What the hell? Dude, don't you get tired of all these like, oh, are you a robot? Don't you get tired of all those checks? They want, are you a real human? Yeah, I'm a real human. Oh my God, let me order something. All right, guys, we're sending in for an Ascended Heroes order. A big one. It's a big restock. We're not changing our price, even though the restock price has actually gone up by $1. But I'm just going to accept less money per sale for now. And hopefully Pokemon just prints enough Ascended Heroes to meet demand, because it feels like they're not printing enough. All right. Almost done here, guys. Don't worry. Don't worry, Tammy. I like to do this midstream, Tammy. You know why? Because then I don't forget to do it later. So we're doing a big $2,000 restock on Ascended Heroes. It really does keep selling, doesn't it? Okay, we're paying that 2,000. We got to make sure we keep up with demand. We got a restock on them and I don't even know what box that's going to be in, but I think I have to go hunting for it in order to fulfill this order, Tammy, because I get all this stuff in the mail. Did it work? Oh, there it is. Okay, I got the email. What I am curious about, if we go to this, okay, here we go. So here's our previous order. No, it's quite a lot more expensive. So the last time we placed this exact same order, it was about 1,650, and this time it was $2,000. That's a $350 increase in the price. So yes, Ascended Heroes is jumping in price. That sucks. So how much do we have open? Tammy, I think we have enough for your order though. Okay. Let's start by getting this ready. So you wanted 10 of these, right? So that is the update on Ascended Heroes going up in price. I think we're going to maintain our current price for now. Feel Pokemon's going to go crazier. Well, I'm just hoping that we get to the new set and that demand for Ascended falls a little bit because of the new set, this Evil Eye set. But I don't even know if that'll happen. This is probably 6, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tammy. Virtue and pristine tag over 360. The booster bundles are out. Those could be cheaper. No, they're not. They're actually, first of all, they're sold out. But when you do find them, they're more expensive. They're more expensive. People pay more for the booster bundle. They like the booster bundles. Maybe they think the booster bundles give them better odds. I don't know. Here we are. They are sold out. When you do find them in the secondary markets, they are pricey. Yummy. I'm going to buy you some booster bundles, Tammy. What do you got going on over here? Okay. See. Guy hiding in Best Buy, huh? To get to the front of the Pokemon line. How about that? Guy shoots other guy in altercation over Pokemon. How about that? Did we mentioned the video the other day from Walmart where the one guy got slammed up against the shelf? Here it is. It's getting scary out there. We got news in South Korea. In South Korea, they had an event with the promo Magikarp, and like 40,000 people showed up for that event to make money off of reselling that Magikarp. Money, 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 money. Now, but Pokemon collecting is at the peak right now. That's it. I'm liquidating my whole collection, every card. Hell no, bro. Gotta hodl, guys. When the market has peaked, do not sell. And then when the market has bottomed, do not sell. All right, you ready? Honestly, there's probably been moments in the stock market where the stock market's peaked real hard. And maybe you're like, oh, I'm tempted to sell my Apple stock or whatever, or Google stock. Maybe like in 2010 or something like that. I don't know. But then 10 years later, 16 years later, it just goes higher than that. That's how the stock market works. It just goes higher. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Because people they work for this thing called money. And then more money gets printed, and then they work for this thing called money. And then the money gets printed more, and then they work for this thing called money. And so yeah, things just keep traveling up in price. Here we go, Tammy. That's 10 packs. Damn, we got a big Tammy order, by the way, guys. Holy, what the Tammy? Now, wait a second. We're not in vertical mode. In vertical mode, I place the packs on this middle thing, and then this is the center slab. Now, this is the center slab, and we place the packs here. How nice is that? All right, we're on to the order finally. Good. Who's jumping in the jumbo pack break tonight? Anybody? Who wants into the jumbo pack break? Let's see. Mr. and Guides, what's better set, 25th or 30th anniversary? They're both cool. They're both cool. I think the 30th is going to be a lot cheaper than the 25th. Okay. So when do you sell? I recommend selling as soon as you need money for healthcare. That's a kind of a hard stop. So when you actually need healthcare, that's when I would go ahead and sell. So one day the doctor's going to tell me I have failing lungs because I can't stop coughing, it seems. So the doctor's going to say, actually, your lungs are bad. And so when that happens and I need serious treatment, I'm going to start liquidating some of my cards. I'm going to say, okay, guys, you get my cards because I'm dying finally. That's it. Until then, I'm just going to keep acquiring and keep making videos about what I've acquired and see how it goes, Look at baseball cards. Baseball cards been around since, well, like the 1960s or 1950s or some crap like that. That's like a generation ago. That's intergenerational. Now, let me ask you this question. Are baseball cards today in a big recession, or are they just continuing to climb? They're just continuing to climb. So in theory, Pokemon does the exact same thing. Intergenerational, they keep climbing. They never really, go back to zero or anything like that. Like there could be ups and downs, peaks and bottoms. But if overall they just keep moving up as this desirable collectible, probably the most desirable collectible, I would just keep holding them. That'll take a lot of discipline. There's going to be a lot of people who they sell because they want money now. They sell because they're scared. It'll take a lot of discipline. I have a bunch of pulls. Do you think it's better to trade up for something better and consolidate? I do believe in trading up. Yeah, if you can trade up in a good trade, I would go for it if you could. The question is, what is an actual good trade? We are. I almost traded up into a CGC 10 first edition Charizard, but I'm glad I didn't. I think the things that I kept did better than the Charizard overall. He wanted a really tough trade for the Charizard. He's like, yeah, I'll give you the Charizard. You just got to give me your Watsy Era booster boxes. Whew. I luckily stayed away from that. We are. Okay. Here we are. So you got the Psyduck, Tammy. You got the Psyduck. You guys saw that? She pulled the Psyduck. Psyduck's legit. He's probably like 300 in a 10 or some crazy thing like that. Probably worse, like 400 in a 10. What do you think, Tammy? So Psyduck pops out. He's looking very cute. We got 2 cards left. Okay, Tammy? I blew on them. They're lucky now. You ready? Like dice. All right. Raichu Groudon. I like this Groudon. You ever don't want this pile of hollows, make me a trade, Tammy, because I'll take them and I'll work them, okay? All right, it was just 2 hollows. Maybe the luck is in the Dreamlike Ocean packs, actually. All right, ready? I do stuff. I work these. So whether it be junk packs, which we sold 15, I think we sold 15 junk packs today. or just storing them or whatever it is I decide to do with them. Maybe grade, if I can, grade one or two of them. I work through them. I still have the Mew Tammy drew for me. Oh, that's sweet. Here's Zach and Snow. Wait, the Psyduck? That's a good pull. Yes, she pulled the Psyduck. That is a real good pull. Probably one of the best ARs that you can get out of this set. There's a wide variety of ARs, but that's a good one. That's for sure. Psyduck's the top performing Pokemon, if you guys didn't know that. Here's Shiva, Yuna, Rufus, Rufus the Doofus, Paladin, okay, Jekt, and Bahamut. Look at that, Bahamut. So one full art Bahamut coming out right at the end there, Tammy. I think you actually did well. That means you ordered just enough of these to get to the next full art. Okay. Well, there you have it, Tammy. One Bahamut, one Psyduck. Here it is. Ta-da. Psyduck, Bahamut. Good. We got all these hollows over here. Do you want these sleeves, Tammy? Get a sleeve on these? I do have some sketches done. There we go. All right. Hey, Mr. Can you Zelle me store credit? Thanks, BP Vargas. I don't know if I can do that. Every time I try to Zelle people money, it's like I can't figure out how to do that. I'm like a boomer. But it wants me to like add you as a user, and then I'm allowed to send you money, and that just takes a long time. And I feel like I get stuck on one of the steps, like a security step. PR. I can send you money on PayPal or Cash App. Both of those will work. You might have Cash App or PayPal. So Tammy, where were we? We were in the website. Let's grab your box. Oh yeah, look what I found. Damn, dude. I had some hot cards laying over there. Look at these. Oh, damn. Yeah, I didn't know it, but I had some hot cards laying over there. These were supposed to have been stored for the tornado. Tornado. We had a tornado out here. There's 4 of my Charizards. The 5th one is in the vault. Oh, how I miss it. That one's in the PSA vault. All right, so I didn't know I had all those. What else? What else is over here? Anything else? Yeah, look at these. Damn, dude. That's cool as F, dude. These Master Chiefs. Those are the vintage Topps Halo Master Chiefs. Wonder if I got a full collection of them together, if I could sell them for some absurd amount. All right, cool. Hey, Mister, can you sell me PayPal? Yeah, I can do PayPal. Mr. Brandel Vargas. What happened? I can't remember. You got somebody finished like a slab away or something? Here we are. There we go. What was the store credit at the time that we made our agreement on the sale of that? Was it 73? It doesn't matter. I already probably locked it in at 75, so I don't think it matters. Let's see. 75 is good. That's generous. It says number 19. It says you have 194. Brandel Vargas. Yeah. I'm in here. I'm here. Consignment break 75%. Here's Brandel Vargas, 194. All right. So Brandel, so you've got a PayPal? Is that what you said? You said PayPal question mark. Does that mean I'm good to use PayPal? Put that over there. Ooh. Tammy is done. Thank you, Tammy. How about that wait time, Tammy? That was nice and fast. So we have a restock on Ascended Heroes coming, everybody. Big restock, $2,000 restock. Here's Austin Lamb. He's jumping into the One Piece break. Ooh, Austin Lamb. You sound kind of new. Are you new, Austin Lamb? All right. Austin Lamb and Jeffrey Bo Peep. There we go. So we have a pretty special box break going on. It's one of the biggest breaks on the channel anyways. 2 spots larger than the Mew. Shows you how big the Mew is. But this is for One Piece, guys. Oh, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is 7 deep. It's a lot of spots, so if we hit a roadblock to get it moving, it might require some people to buy a second spot. I know that sounds crazy, but you know, if everybody buys one spot, we'll need exactly 32 people to buy in. Sometimes that gets stuck, so we'll see what happens. Can't wait to see it go off, though. We are rotating the A box. The A box, which has stuff like this Cadabra and this Jinx and this Articuno that's going to go into the Poke Shuffles for sure. That is 100% a Poke Shuffles card. This Deoxys, which just got pulled out of the Poke Shuffles. Look at that Darkrai. He's kind of cool. And, oh, yeah, this Typhlosion. Wow, those were some good ones right there. Austin Lamb has been taken care of. Okay, we have an order here for Joseph Smith. One Poke Shuffle, Joseph Smith. Good luck. Poke Shuffles, we're going a little bit nuts in the daytime stream. A lot of orders. Is there room to add a card to it? 1, 2, 3. 1. Boop. What do we got? Snipe? No snipe. Sniper, no sniping. Let's put this Deoxys back in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Deoxys going back in. 1 is all you need. Old Maid Deoxys T10. Here we are. All right. So if you are just joining our stream, tag grading is frozen. Tag grading has disabled their basic grading. And so if you have a tag submission that was waiting to go out with us, it is also paused. If you wish, you can convert it over to CGC. We'll do a CGC submission. That's what we'll do. Hathim says he'll take the last 4. Hololive Curious. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll give you the 5th one, okay? Appreciate all the Hololive orders. I am just trying to liquidate through the Hololives. We are. Mr. Hathim. I wonder if this is going to boost. See, it probably will cause more demand at CGC, BGS, SGC, and PSA. That'll be the effect. People are not going to keep grading with tag grading at the express level. Some people might send like a top card out, but people are going to stop doing that and focus on a different one. All right, here's this lady. Here's this girl stretching her big old tummy out. Last message has email. Okay, sounds good. There we go. Last message has an email. You sent me a message on Discord, on here it is. Where am I getting this message from? Hey, look at that, man. That looks nice. That's on the cover, isn't it? And what is this? What's the rarity of it? I can't read it. OSR? That's got to be good. It says OSR. There you go. I wonder if this is going to boost the value of tag slabs. No, I don't think so. I think they'll probably remain, priced around the same price as like a CGC Pristine or a PSA 10. But for a little while, they're going to do less grades. And again, you're probably going to see an increase in demand with some of the other grading companies as a result. So who is this? Mr. Histon has been taking up all this room in my box, and he's got a bag from 1124, and we officially need more H box room. We're officially low. Mr. Histon, you're getting moved out of there. That's a big fat bag. I don't even want it. Mr. Thim, we're starting a new bag for you. Hey, what's up, Ants Taco? How are you? Oh, did you guys catch this? In the daytime stream, Nogala popped on by. Did you see that? Who was there to see that? Here you go, Hathim. Okay, you don't even need a date on your bag. Nogala popped by and said hi. How cool is that? I asked him how his collection's going. He didn't mention anything. Maybe he was already out of the room by then, but boy, I hope he kept his cards. I think a lot of people probably sold their cards before the big boom. Here's Haunter. There's a little quick break. Don't know if you guys are interested in that. I'll give it one last stream and then we'll take it down, okay? A little quick break. Just a cute card, very cute, hand drawn. Let's see. I popped in his stream the other day and told him I haven't seen him in TC's stream the other day also. Oh, he was actually streaming. You said hi to him. That's cool, man. All right. So we just caught up with the queue. The queue is empty. Cool. Let's see. What shall we do now? Well, let me grab some more of these slabs over here since we're supposed to be rotating these. We've got Dragon Ball, Pristine Iona, Electrode Pristine, another Deoxys. So we got plenty of Deoxyses. And Bowser. That's so cool. So we got vintage. This is kind of vintage, right? It's 15 years old. And look, it's the Bowser from the really old Marios. It's a me, Mario. Have you guys ever opened one of these Japanese jumbo packs? This is Sarah Dusenberry's favorite thing to open. And you know Sarah's got good taste. She has to have good taste, right? So here it is. This is one of each of our Japanese packs, but it also comes with exclusive packs you can only get here, like this Lost Abyss and Paradigm Trigger and Battle Region. So here are some exclusive packs that can only be found in the jumbo pack, or the jumbo packs. Very cool. Japanese jumbo pack. I'm tempted to make maybe an English version or maybe like a Weiss version or something like that. I don't know. I popped in his stream and told him I haven't seen him in a while. Oh, right. I read that. Happy Saturday morning. Karis and I were debating going out to Branson to Silver Dollar City. We ultimately decided not to. We came this close. But you know what? I was too tired. I was like, you know what? I'm too tired. It's a lot of work getting out there, you know. You got to plan the whole day. You got to drive for 2 hours. But it's beautiful out there, Branson. Let's see. Look at this old bag. Trilifornia. What did he leave behind? This is an abandoned bag. Couple hollows, little Ampharos. Okay, good. This is an abandoned bag. We're out of here with this abandoned bag. It was good seeing you all go out and do something tonight. Oh, yeah, there's like a million pictures in our Discord server. Let me show you. So Kirsten and I went out to one of the biggest car events out here in Lake of the Ozarks. Yeah. So this is on our Discord server. Look, we were having a little drink at the bar. And then look at that truck. Look how lifted it is. It's actually crazy lifted. Yeah. Is there a picture? Like, so you can see a little orange car on the side there for comparison. Do you see how high that is off the ground? It's ridiculous. I told Karis we'll get one of those. There's a lot of classic cars there, cars with cool lights. There were cars that were like burning rubber. I couldn't really show that in the pictures. Look at that, man. Look at that guy right there. That looks really good. But this is on the main street out here in Lake of the Ozarks. It's called The Strip. And some cool restaurants out here. There's kind of like some party venues. Look at all that. Some really goofy stuff, actually. And then some like clearly very expensive cars were out here too. And what's going on is while you're walking up and down the street, these cars, they're like a parade of cars that just come and go. So like this guy's actually no, this one's parked. Hold on, that guy's parked, but this guy's driving. That's what's going on. So this one's being driven. And yeah, look how low to the ground this one is. Oh, you can't really tell. This one's just its butt is basically touching the ground. It's ridiculously short. Yeah. Lots of cool stuff. There's like 100 more pictures, I swear. So I took a picture of like as many as I could, and that was really nice. And the weather was perfect. It was like 65 degrees out. It felt so nice. Did the missus have a good time? Yeah, we went by some bars and there were like disco dancing and stuff like that going on, like techno crap. They had like lights flashing everywhere. It was cool, man. Anyway, so if you ever want to follow what I do in my day to day, jump into that Discord server because I'll try to share what's going on around me for fun. So there it is, a link to the Discord server. Just some pictures there. eBay, second YouTube channel. Oh, I didn't post anything to the second YouTube channel. Post this, put this over here. Excuse me. How's it going tonight, guys? How's your weekend going? Here's a little Sanrio. Here's Pristine Intellion. What do we do about these Pristine cards? I notice we haven't really sold a lot of Pristine cards, but I'm also not really, oops, look at that. That's a terrible arrow. I'm not really willing to lower the price too much on these because I know how rare they are. They're pretty rare. They're not like a CGC Pristine. These are more similar to a black label in the way that they hand them out. Just like one card out of a batch of like 200 cards might get a pristine. So they're pretty rare, right? Yeah. Okay. Ooh, okay. A lot of cute girls were there. Cute grills. Tons of cute girls out here, man. They're everywhere. There you go. Half of them look like Karis. Oh, there we go. It's all like these skinny German girl types. Okay. All over the place. There goes. Very nice. Much better looking. I need to go get this hour of rest so I can go feed my community tomorrow at 10 a.m. See you later, man. He's going to go get some sleep. Ah, here we go. So we've got these two booster pack breaks. You might be interested. Both of these are pretty close, if I recall. Let's see what we can be doing tonight, guys. We want to have some fun. We want some action, right? So here are some booster packs. So this will be the Tops booster pack. It's cheaper, and it's already got 3 people, 3 spots. So this is $28 for the vintage Tops. 4 spots are needed. It's $28 per spot. So if you want a chance to pull a holographic Charizard, go in there. No one's pulled it yet. We don't know if there's one in the box. There's no guarantee, but he's usually in every other box. Excuse me. Now we've got the Team Rocket Booster. Now this one costs more. He's 54, right? But look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we already got 6 people in here. 5 spots left here. So they're both really popular, obviously, because these both just got popped up here on the table just like a day ago. Those are both popular. Those are 2 pack splits. That's what we're doing. We live in a really interesting time for Pokemon. You got common cards coming out of here, grading 10, and then selling for a couple $100s, right? Like Dark Charmeleon's no joke. You might pull a Dark Charmeleon out of this tonight. Who's feeling lucky? That's the question. Who's feeling lucky? So Dark Charmeleon could pop out of there. And let's see what kind of price we have on Dark Charmeleon. Since that's part of my job is to teach you guys what's going on in that Poke market. Dark Charmeleon. Now, there's a lot of dark Pokemon to pull, right? Like Dark Flareon's a thing too, isn't it? But I like to do Dark Charmeleon because he's kind of a best case scenario. All right, give me a second here. Let's get the cheapest one. You guys aren't going to believe how expensive this is. All right, so check it out. So the cheapest Japanese one is $500. That's in Japan, so you got to pay the import fee. So then we go to the English or the United States Japanese one, $525. Then it jumps to 1,200, and then it jumps to first edition, $1,400. Now this is an unlimited one, right? Oh, this one says stamped craft. Okay, never mind. So then the cheapest Charmeleon you're going to get is this one right here for 1,400. Okay, that's a first edition though, so you're probably going to have to go under the first edition. So I would probably, if you pull unlimited Dark Charmeleon out of there, I'd probably go above the Japanese price, but below the first edition price. So a 10 Charmeleon out of here could be like $700. And this is why these packs are going to go much higher in price because that's such a disconnect from the booster pack price. How is it you can get one card pays for a whole booster pack and a half? That's too much. So these prices on the vintage packs, when you analyze it, they're too low right now. You're going to see a shift in price on the vintage packs next. That's what you're going to see. Let's check sold recently, ended recently. Let's see. So look at that. Even in April, the Japanese one sold for 500. Here's the eWeb. What about a standard one? We got any sales on that? Here's first edition going for 700. I guess there's just not a lot of unlimited ones, period. So, yeah, I don't have any examples of the unlimited ones. But that's a good sign, because there could be somebody working on the unlimited collection and maybe they need it. All right, all right, all right. This guy over here is really cool too. We were showing this off the other night. Basically, even the non-hollow cards in this set, like we saw like a non-hollow Ivysaur from the Topps collection, and we saw a sold one for like $130. It was just Ivysaur. So even the non-hollow commons from this pack right here can go nuts. So pack splits performing very well right now. Okay. All right. Let me test this over here. And then we might start pricing up slabs if we don't got any work to do. Here we go. Looks like we have a Team Rocket Grunt order. Team Rocket Grunt. What's up, man? By the way, we need to pick a giveaway out. I think we gave away the Pack Gives order. Here's Team Rocket Grunt. Let me get... Oh, yeah, we need to take care of Brandon Vargas. Where'd he go? He said last message has an email. Is this him? This is probably him. So I might take care of Mr. Brandel Vargas first. Let me see. Yeah, this is looking like it's definitely him. He talked about the sketch cards. His Okay, so let me do this for a second, guys. We're going to get Mr. Brandel Vargas paid out. Have you guys ever considered having me sell your slab for you? I sell them for 75% of whatever we sell them for, okay? We tend to go with cheapest buy now price. Not a bad scenario. Sometimes it's much faster than auction. And when you sell them at auction, sometimes you don't get the full value for them anyways. And then usually if you pay another consigner, they got their own consigner fee. Or if you sell it on eBay, eBay takes 13%. And you have to ship it too, by the way. So shipping takes a little cut. So what we do over here is pretty cool. Our consignment fee is very good, in my opinion. And we've sold a lot of cards through consignment. We've helped people liquidate cards that maybe would have taken them a while. Turn this music down a little bit. In fact, I don't think we have a consignment break, do we? We might be picking out a new break tonight. New consignment break. All right, so here we are. And let's grab Mr. BP Vargas's PayPal. It says could find a matching. Hold on. Let me try sending him money over PayPal real fast. We don't want to mess this up. Okay, that's his name, so I think that's correct. And so the amount we're sending is 194. Okay, we're gonna hit next. I'm gonna choose friends and family so you don't pay any fees. Good. 194, 194. All right, send. All right, it's all good. Brandel Vargas, you have $194. I'm gonna say paid 194. You have 0 store credit now. All right, cool. That's completed. He says, I got it. Sweet. How do you feel about that? That's pretty neat, right? So we're going to say 0 up here. Now, I'm not going to throw this card away because it acts kind of like a receipt. It's kind of like a receipt. Good. So we just helped a guy with it. Even if you pulled a slab over here out of the live customs or the pokey shuffles, you can take that card and tell me, hey, I want to sell that on consignment. So you can consign cards that you just got. We'll do it. Cool. All right. Now, I believe we were helping Mr. Team Rocket Grunt. He says, let's get 7 pokey shuffles, please. And would you take the scrafty Japanese tag that I have in consignment for this much store credit? I think I might do that. That seems like an interesting offer. I think I could sell it over that. So let's go ahead and get you the 7 cards. And then I'll take your scrafty. So he's doing a trade back on the scrafty. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You're picking up Umbreon 093. Umbreon, huh? That's usually not a bad. That's usually not a bad sign. People like Umbreons. What do we got? Now, one of the things I've been thinking about working on in the live stream, guys, is lowering prices on One Piece. One Piece sales for booster packs have been a little bit slower. Sometimes we take that information and use it to lower prices. Is it this one? All right, so you went from $35 to a $40 slab. You could re-roll it and you would get $35 back out. What do you think here, Mr. Team Rocky Grunt? Whenever a giveaway is running, there will be a code word to enter. Mister, I noticed the different variants in the tops packs did you open yesterday. I've never seen that out of a booster box, but I've seen it out of the middle tens. What? Re-roll. Let me set this to the side. Oh no, let's not set it to the side. What was I thinking about? You made me think about something, Cody Hodges, and then I got distracted. Here, let me put this here. Umbreon. Let's go looking for that Scrafty. That's what we should do. Where's that Scrafty at? Here's some of these consigned slabs, right? He might be in here. It would be funny if we had like a $1 break or something like that. Just something we've never done before. What kind of new ideas do you guys got? You guys got any fun things we've never done on this server, on this channel that you guys would like to see? We are. I'm always interested about fun pokey stream games or things we can host. Always interested in new ideas. Okay, pack battle. Oh, we can host a gym break. Yeah. What kind of pack would you like a pack battle on? Let me ask you that. Dollar break on a pair of used socks? I don't know. That's pretty grody, dude. So Team Rocket Grunt, I'm going to accept this dash 241. So the number on the right is what you sold. The number on the left is your store credit. There you go, Mr. Team Rocket Grunt. You've got it. Throw that away. Is this a wide sleeve? I can't tell. It looks like a wide sleeve. Do a break on Mistress College sandals. Yeah, I like those sandals, but if I ever do a break on something like that, I want them to be in a nice display case before they're listed. But I don't know why I would get rid of something so cool. Yes, subscribe to his OnlyFeeds for that. All right, he's going back up for 90. We are reducing his price, though. Mr. Team Rocket Grunt. What do you got, Mr. Team Rocket Grunt? We need a giveaway. Who wants a giveaway? Say me, 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 me if you want a giveaway. Me, 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 me. Well, it's Friday. What kind of giveaways we got? Oh, this one's cool. This one looks nice. Me, 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 me. So we're going to give away this nice Gyarados. And I tell you what, if we get to 40 likes fast enough, we'll give away 2 different slabs. We are. Who's the first person to say me? It was Starscream. Remind me, what's your name, Starscream? We are. I should know it. Because you've been a busy bee the last couple of days. But I have forgotten it because it's very hard to memorize YouTube names and what their real names mean. Please, bro. Please, bro. Please, bro. Wow. Hathim said, please, bro. It shows me on the screen. Who wants in here? Next order that gets placed, I'll put you in here immediately, okay, for the Gyarados. Tyler. Ah, yes, Tyler. You're one of the new guys. You got Tyler. You're going in, Tyler. Thanks for expressing interest in this free one. So that card's being handed out for free. I don't think he's here, so I'm going to go ahead and say TRG on the back of this. I think Andyman was first. So on my screen, Tyler's first. Yep. Oh. Andyman said me, 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 but it was with eyes. Ooh. What's the ruling on this, ref? All right, we'll put Andyman in too. How about that? You're right. No, he was first, but my eyes didn't detect it because it was spelled differently. Yeah, he spelled it differently. Here you go, Andyman. I'll count it. In Jeopardy, it wouldn't count, but we're not playing Jeopardy. There it is. Here's Sebo. I looked for all the. Basically my brain assumed he showed up beneath the other guy, but it turned out no. It was he really did show up first. He had just spelled it in a way where my brain didn't see the E's. There we go. There we go. It was Matt? Question mark. So this is the same. All right, we're all done with that. Thank you. Next order in the queue. I'm gonna give you a free spot on this Gyarados giveaway. How you guys doing tonight on this fine Friday night? Look at this Articuno. Wow, that looks really nice. So let's jump over here and take a look at this Articuno, shall we? This is Articuno Classic Japanese. What are these guys going for now? So the Japanese Articunos, at the time we priced him, he was 60, and now he's 80. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. Okay. This was a good one. You guys should have snatched him when he was for sale. 15. So this would be what, 16? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. It's me, the man economist. We only eat steak off of cutting boards. What's going on in the news today? Anything interesting? I think I already saw the news. Articuno. I got to see the face of the man who's accusing the J.P. Morgan lady of turning him into a poor, helpless sex slave. You know, as small white women are capable of doing. We are. She drugged me. And now there's accusations that that's all made up. It's a total fabrication. It's a lie. Now that is a little more believable, in my opinion. How do you force a dude into sex? Oh, you're forcing the. You know what I mean? I guess it's possible actually, but I don't know. I do have trouble believing it. So it's his word versus her word at the moment, I guess. And honestly, there was a point where he claims she said, "Who's got better mommy milkers?" She said calcium cannons. She said that at one point, and I immediately thought this sounds like it came off of Reddit. Calcium cannons. Yeah, I don't know, man. It is, but the company J.P. Morgan is denying that this happened. There we go. What are these pull games? Hey, what's up, Mr. Zay? I'm on live chat, so it was Andy and then Matt. So I don't know, Mr.'s top chat be different. That One Piece box break still available? Yes, yes, sir. We got 7 people in here. Here it is. This is a whole box of Awakening of the New Era. By the way, I should mention this is coming out of a sealed case that I unsealed live, so everyone knows where it's coming from. No manga has been pulled, no manga. And we opened one box, I think one box, right? And there was no manga in it. So this could be the box. Who knows? If you win, you can open up all the packs, or you can just have me ship it to you sealed, which is the point of these box breaks. Some people just want a nice big sealed box because, it's just a nice thing to have in your closet. Your odds are 1 in 32. Those are pretty tough odds. Everyone else will receive a card out of their break pack booster. So we have these break pack boosters. They look like this. Here are the break packs. So this guy will be loaded up with the pull. So let me show you what that looks like. So here it is. So it must contain at least 1 card. Now, the truth is, it's such a big break, we'll probably add a couple bonus cards, right? And then when it's your turn, let's say this pack was yours, but that's your pull. This is what you'll actually get, okay? And it will be very sad for you, and you'll feel like you did not get a very good deal for your money. But this is what you're trying to pull. If you pull this out of your pack, like this, if this pops out, I'm in the money. Then I will trade you this card for this box. There will be a trade where you take the box home. But just one guy gets that. 1 out of 32, $40. I think you get it. It's a high risk, high reward kind of situation. Say goodbye to your $40. All right. So don't have any misconceptions about what your risk is. All right. Let's do a break for Louis' address so we can egg it. Oh, Louis been nice lately. I don't want to be mean to Louis. Louis stuck around, by the way. He still hangs out, and he's been nice lately. I don't want to be mean to Mr. Louis. I can't do it. We got an empty queue, guys. There's no wait time. If you want to open up Pokey Shuffles, those are $5 a pack. What are you guys into tonight? Are you all burnt out? Have you spent every last dollar already? Did you guys see the daytime stream? It was insane. The daytime stream was nonstop orders the entire time. And it was just really wild the whole way through. I had to tell people to stop ordering near the end so that I could go hang out with Karis. There we go. Very nice. Mr. Shuffles moves 3 to the back and draws a number you paid for. There it is. Look at that. Quilava. Mr. Jeffrey rolled the Quilava. I don't know if I would have done that. It's a nice little vintage card. I'm going to put that in my box. There it goes. He mentioned that maybe he shouldn't have re-rolled it. The real problem is that when he re-rolled it, is it didn't snatch anything else, if I recall. I noticed we have something interesting with this stream, where this stream can also be a little slower at the beginning and then get really busy at the end. But it's crazy because by then I got to go to bed. So I always got to call it off. I got to be like, all right, wrap it up. There's 2 people in this trade break. Who wants to make a trade? if we're having a slow moment in the stream and you want to get rid of some of your cards in your bag, you can jump in this lovely trade break. Have you seen what it is? That's Staff Meganium. Here we are. Also a good time to order pre-grades right now too, by the way, guys. Plenty of time to look at your cards and examine them and think about whether they'll grade 10 or not. Here's Oddish. Ooh. All right. Since we're, oh, this box was already open as well. What the hell? Shoot, I got like 2 boxes of Final Fantasy open now. That sucks. Since we're just hanging around, let's get some prices on these. Here's an Ekans first edition, huh, from Team Rocket. I can't spend because I have dinner to go to tomorrow. No, you're fine, man. We are. Appreciate all your orders, Mr. Thim. You've been going kind of busy, kind of deep the last couple days, actually. So we have an Ekans 8. Is that right? Oh, yeah, he's an 8. He's got a white dot up in that corner. Cool. That's Team Rocket Ekans, everybody. Maybe you guys can just sit here and I'll open vintage packs. Would you guys like that? Make you guys a little jealous. All right. We have a new card for if you are placing a first-time order. So here's a free Ninetales full art and a Kangaskhan. Place a first-time order. If you've never tried it, use the website. It's not too hard. We've actually met a lot of new guys. There's actually a special giveaway going on for new guys. Look, this is the new guy list, and this is a whole list of people who placed their first-time order in the last week. Let's try out this Ekans real fast. So he is a card we're rating to price and just haven't had the right moment. You know who I haven't seen in a minute? Ivan Rodriguez. I wonder if he's watching. We are. Oops. Hope he's feeling good. There he is. All right. Yeah, he's going through chemo right now, if you guys didn't know that. So it'd be nice to him. Let's see. Wow, even as an 8, this is a $25 card. So even as an 8, you're gonna basically be able to pay back some of the cost of grading. Do a 1 box of 1 minute video. Been a while. I'll do it right here in the live stream. One whole box. Man, you know what I'd love to be doing right now? I'd love to be pricing up a big return from PSA. I looked at our PSA return. It's still stuck on assembly. It's still on assembly. All this time later, we're still doing assembly. Here's Gengar VMAX. Ooh. I feel like that Ekans could also be a giveaway. Yeah. All right. Ooh, yeah. Okay. Gengar V. Happy Friday night, guys. How's your Friday going? All right. Let's see. We've got PSA 9, Gengar, VMAX, 001. What the hell? Is that really $62? That doesn't make any sense at all. It says the cheapest one is $62 as a PSA 9. Is that right? Let me check sold. Let me check sold. Sold will reveal all. Last sold, ended recently. Last sold for $25. All right. And then before that is sold for $40. All right. 25 and 40, huh? I'll do 35. All right, cool. Okay, let me put this back away again. First time buyers, we got a giveaway card for you guys. This is a Tag 10 Classic Collection Dodrio. Looks really nice. That was donated by Ivan Rodriguez. That's why I was thinking about him. And then we have Ninetales and Kangaskhan for anyone placing a first-time order. It's a lot easier than you think to place an order. You can do it 2 ways. You can head over to the website, and the website's pretty self-explanatory. Or you can head to the description of the live stream to see what's for sale and use PayPal, ZELLE, Cash App, Venmo, whatever you like to make your payment directly. Did you guys know? I think we're just waiting on 1 person in this Minecraft box. I think we have 3 out of 4. So if you think that opening up a whole box of Minecraft might be funny, this is about to go off. Here it is, Minecraft. Get out of my room. I'm playing Minecraft. Yep, there's 1 spot left. 1 out of 4. It's a $40 spot. Your odds of pulling it are 1 in 4. Minecraft. There are gradable cards in here, and PSA grades these. I've graded some. I've graded some, and I've sold some. I haven't done it in a little while, but yep, that's a whole box. It's coming with 18 booster packs. They're all glow in the dark. By the way, if you don't want it, you can sell it back to me. There we go. All right, cool. Look at this guy. We got to price this guy up. Here's Mewtwo Quest sticker. Ooh. I'm in, sir. You're in? He's doing the salute. I love it. All right. Sounds good. Hey, how's it going, man? That's a wide sleeve. I don't want a wide sleeve right now. Hmm. There we go. Yeah, I haven't done a one box in 1 minute in a while, have I? I wish I had more time to make more content. You know, I try to spend all this time with Karis, and I feel like it holds me back from autistically working on Pokemon content all day. Okay, we're hitting refresh over here. By the way, if you're wondering which payment system to use, my favorite payment system is ZELLE. So people who learn how to use ZELLE, you get a bonus giveaway. Here it is, the ZELLE giveaway. People who use ZELLE and make up to $100 in purchases get put onto this ZELLE giveaway slab. Not a bad thing, is it? So I am tempted to crack this out and regrade it. They gave it a 5. I can kind of see why. It's got this issue right here. Hmm. I'm on there for yesterday. Yes? Question mark. Says Andy Man. Let me see. Did you place $100 order on here? Andrew Martin. Yep, you're on there. So this is one of those quest stickers. I don't know if you guys were paying attention, but I've been selling these for a F ton of money. These sell for a lot of money. Now he's got this weird bend, it looks like, right about here. And I suspect that is what has caused the rough grade. Now, my question is, could I just bend that out of the card? I don't know. But if I could, that would increase the value of the card tremendously. As a 5, I don't know what it would sell for. Almost feels like it would sell for more money as an ungraded card, doesn't it? You know, because somebody will be like, oh, I'm going to grade that. All right. Ta-da! Here's my wrench. Let's get it, guys. All right, let's do this without poking my eye out. Tag grading has just paused grading, everybody. If you had a tag slab, if you had a card that was meant to go to tag with me, we are now paused on that. You can convert it over to CGC instantly. So that is an option if you want to swap it over to CGC. You can increase the amount you're paying to send it off to PSA. We're doing a PSA submission tomorrow, so you don't have a lot of time to think about it because the PSA submission's tomorrow. Really sucks. Bad timing. I wish I had maybe done the tag submission a week earlier, but I didn't know that was going to happen, so you can't blame me. It's not my fault. Okay. How was I supposed to know? Sent an order in, says Insta give us. Hell yeah, dude. All right. Hey, what's up, Matthew? Thanks for the order, man. Let me finish this. I'm going to place you into the giveaway automatically. Okay. We're doing that right now. Stream's just a little slow for this moment. And anyone who's placing an order, I'll go ahead and put you into that Gyarados. You can also get to the Gyarados by getting us to 40 likes. That's the usual amount. And then we'll open it up to everybody for free. Tell me about your week, guys. How's your week been? We're in the beginning of May. Who's got some fun news? Anyone's got any fun news with your lives? I got some news. Karis has decided to pause the embryo transfer until August. But just to kind of relax for a minute, because it's really intense. And then also because she wants a little time to gain weight, actually. The doctor told her to gain 10 pounds, and she doesn't feel like she's gained 10 pounds in 1 month. Okay, so this is really interesting. This little quest sticker could be worth $1,000 if it just gets a 10 on a regrade. That's plastic. We don't want that there. Now, the back of the card doesn't have a bend on it, just the front of the card. So can we pull this out of there? Can we, let's see. No, it doesn't look like this is going to come out very easily. Look at that, see? Very fascinating. I don't think it's doing me any good as a 5. All right. Sub up and like the stream chat, says Mr. Drew. Thanks, Mr. Drew. Birthday week, having a cookout tomorrow. So, happy birthday, man. Anybody else having a birthday? Who's having a birthday? Okay, good. We'll put him in here for now. We'll work on him. Look at these beautiful slabs. Let's hit refresh. We put a lot of beautiful slabs into the Pokey Shuffle, don't we? So here we have a Matthew T order. Let's see. What's up, Matthew? So first of all, let me put you into the giveaway slab, like I mentioned. Just a little bit slow for this minute in the stream. We're going to get people into this giveaway slab when they place an order. Okay. All right. He says 2 Korean Mega Dream, 1 Halo Hobby, 3 Japanese Ninja Spinners. I have a bag. Okay. We were selling some of the Japanese Ninja Spinner in the daytime stream earlier. Okay. 1, 2, 3. 2 Mega Dreams. The Mega Dreams have been selling kind of fast. Let me put these in the front here. We have Dreamlike Ocean. That's the latest Final Fantasy set. That's been real popular. And Halo Hobby. There's Halo Hobby. You know, another thing that's been selling like super, super rapidly. These guys right here, 151 Surprise. Really great price, $6 a pack. People are chasing after the Pikachu Gengar. Some tells me that's gone even higher. You guys want to look it up? I bet you that card's gone even higher. Love you short time. So you can open up a whole box of 151 Surprise 15 booster packs for $90, less than $100 for a whole booster box. You have a chance at the Master Ball Gengar as well, but also Chinese Bubble Mew is apparently in that set. So there's a lot of good stuff in that set. And we're getting these cases that are coming in, and we like the price on them right now, and we want to keep doing it until they run out. Here it is, Matthew, a Ninja Spinner. Wow, look at that, man. An SR in 1 pack. Crazy. That looks beautiful. That looks like a Winds and Waves kind of card. But look, it's the ocean, and there's Wimpod. All right. And here's some cold ones. It's Miss Alexandra. How are you, Miss Alexandra? There we go. So those are, okay, you pull the 1 SR. Here's Mega Dream. Oh, picking up the Ryuno Glad. That's the Dwagonite. 5 doll hairs. 5 doll hairs. I feel like we should rework the binder break. Not even one person has gone into the binder break. I wonder why the interest on that has waned. I think it's because I actually started pricing up the cards to know how much they cost. And as it turned out, they're pretty. Ooh, another Cortana. Wow, what's going on here? What is this, like a mega hit? So you get this Cortana chip. Now I can ship this to you, or I think I could even scratch this off and just give it to you in Discord. What is this? Metal. Olympia Vale? Oh, look at this, out of 113. The saying Healy, cultural and linguistic expert on Fire Team Osiris, Olympia Vale serves as a special liaison to the Arbiter's Swords of Sang Helios. Ugh, a lot going on there. Do not redeem. That's right. So you can redeem it. Cool. This set's all full of surprises. That came out of Halo 5, I guess. Okay. And look at this. Holy mommy. Halo 3 Cortana could get it. There we go. All right. Somebody knew what they were doing out there. Holy gooner. For Zelle, I used my bank app, click send by Zelle, enter TCC email address, amount, and order info, then hit send. It's very easy once you're familiar. Yeah. The Zelle is basically a bank transfer. That's what it is. And there's no transaction fees for me, the vendor. And so that saves me about 3%. And so to make things simple, we give that money back a little bit with a slab giveaway. So I take the assumed saved money. I assume I'm saving money. I'm not 100% sure, actually. I don't know if they're secretly or quietly charging me anything. But I take the saved money and I just put it into like a slab. Maybe it's like a 50, 60, 70, 80, $100 slab. And then you can earn a spot on that slab when you're paying with the Zelle. There it is. All right, cool. Set that there. Mr. Matthew did a good job here. I'd reboot her circuit, if you know what I mean. Oh my God. You're a married man, Hathim. You're a married woman. You can't speak that way. Here's Mark. Here's Mark. Here's Matt. All right, Matt, with your lovely cards. All right. Here's Ra Uno Glad. I noticed there's been a slowdown on the slab breaks, the slabby patty breaks. A lot of the focus has been on booster boxes. It's been on pack splits. It's been on, well, honestly, it's been on the live customs and the pokey shuffles. Those get attention like crazy. Those go crazy. But look, we've got this nice lightning break. Sylveon. Have you guys considered taking a spot in the Sylveon? This one's going to be a 1 in 5. Here's what's really curious about this card. It actually came out all the way back in 2021. Can you believe this? So check it out. 2021. And it's basically a Sylveon alt art. So here I am. I'm trying to convince you to acquire it. It's a good card. If with it being so cheap, how does this one not get more expensive? Because when you look at other Sylveons from like, I don't know, like EV Heroes, which was from a similar time period, that's way more expensive, right? And so it almost doesn't really make sense to me how this one's so cheap. And then you go look at the ungraded version of the card, and that's already really expensive. So I think I've identified a card that's underpriced for you guys, and I've turned it into a break. So hopefully, you win the break for 40 bucks, and then the card goes and doubles in price. That's what we're hoping for you, right? And then all of a sudden, you're doing real good. We're real good at doing that. We try to curate breaks that are like that. We try to pick out cards that we think are hot or moving in price, or like the McDonald's Pikachu. I helped you guys get a lot of McDonald's Pikachu. Now people are talking about how it went from like $60 to $100. That's good news. So we're always thinking in those terms. How do we curate a break that's not only profitable, but also going to be a card that goes up in price over time? All right, Jimmy Therese says, I should have $43 store credit remaining. Can I use it for 7 of the 151 surprise? Let's take a quick look at that. I'd reboot her circuit. You can't do that to the AI. She's a beaut. Be careful, bro. I've heard AI will ruin some relationships. Dude, I get some. Now, wait a second. Oh, no, no, no. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, wait. So you say you should have $43 remaining and you want 7 151 surprise. Did I not update it? No, it looks like I did. So it says 37.5. Then it went to 25.5. Then it went to 8.5. And now you are saying you should have 43. I don't think that's accurate. I don't know where you got the 43 from, Jimmy, but take a look at it, Jimmy. So you had 37, then it went to 25, then it went to 8.5. So you might be remembering it differently. Let's see. I had 2 energy cards. Ah, thank you. Okay, now we're talking. Let's go find it, baby. Okay. Ah, there we go. Boom. Thank you. And then 35 plus 8 is what? 43. Good. Okay. And then 7 times 6 is 42. So we're going to grab some of these. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 6, 7, 6, 7. I hate that now. It's like really annoying. This is gone. And this goes down to $1.50. You're down to 150, Mr. Jimmy. Hey, that $1.50 could pay dividends one day. That could be a pokey shuffle, a single pokey shuffle with $3.50 added to it, and then that turns into an $80 card somehow. All right, here goes Jimmy Therese. Let's get you a hit. Good luck, man. Let me change this music first. I'm about to be annoyed by this music. I can already tell. So you guys can't hear the music at all still, huh? Maybe I'll just listen to like Radiohead now. If it's so good at filtering the music, maybe I'll listen to whatever I want for a change. I was thinking about getting some fun sound effects into this stream again. I missed the sound effects. You guys missed that? Hey, hey, look at that Mew. Wow. I haven't seen this one. All right, Mew getting pulled out of there. That's cool. We have to go through so many boxes of these to get one card like this Mew. Oh, and a Master Ball. That was a good 7 packs, Jimmy. I really believe in the future of the Chinese market for Pokemon card collecting. It's it's China, Korea, Japan, Those are the 3 big ones. All right. So Jimmy with the J, where's your bag? You're gonna be in the JI box with Mr. Jay-Z. Look at all of the junk packs that Mr. Jay-Z bought. You guys been paying attention to these $3 junk packs? That guy's buying me out of these. Look how many he got. Damn, dude. That guy bought a ton of these. Junk packs to the moon for that guy, huh? Jimmy Therese, here's your bag. That guy's buying all the junk packs. They don't cost anything. He bought 10 of them for 30 bucks. I think he actually made money on them too. We were looking at the pulls. Looks like I'd put a couple generous cards in there for some reason. Cards that weren't even considered junk. They're like actual pulls. Here you go, Jimmy. Let me get you in this giveaway, okay? Thanks, man. How you guys doing tonight? Happy Saturday. Happy Friday. We are. Who's feeling lucky? Me, 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 me. Here's hit refresh. I didn't know that Mew was in there. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that set, it doesn't pull very often, but when it does, it's really interesting. We got a Kip F pull. Can I get a box of Dreamlike Oceans? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. I think this is the last sealed one. Yeah, this is the last sealed box. And then what we have after that, ow, dude, my back's effed up. I have an effed up back right now. Damn it. What we have after this, we got this open box. See this? It's missing like 1 pack, but that 1 pack was not a full art pull. So this is good to go. We'll just get you another loose pack if you want to finish the box out. So we have got this whole box, and then we got that full box as well. Let's get you in this free slab too. We're gonna get you in here, Kip. Place an order. I'll put you on this free slab, guys. All right, we got this Gyarados. What we got here? Happy Friday. Any news on record sales for Pokemon? I wonder if the record sales will quiet down a little bit this week. We had record sale after record sale after record sale. Now I'm wondering if for like a week or two, those record sales slow down finally. Me. I missed Snap My Back, bro. Let's go see. Let me see if I can find it. So I wonder, it won't play the music, right? But what if it plays the sound effects? Snap my back. All right, let's give it a try. You ready? Like you're gonna snap my back, bro. Could you guys hear that? That was a sound effect. All right. All right. Yeah, the sound effect came through. That's so stupid, dude. That's definitely probably the iPhone's probably doing it. That's what AI thinks. It thinks the iPhone's filtering the music out. Snap My Back Bro plays, but the music doesn't, huh? How does that work? God, dude. I want the music. It is. All right. Back in the day, we had it set up so that you could donate a really small amount of money. We're talking like 10 cents, 25 cents, a dollar, and you could play different sound effects using that money. I had it set up with OBS. And so OBS would take the donation and play a sound effect. And we were building that out a little bit so that there were all kinds of different sound effects you could play. But then OBS started overheating my computer for some reason. And I had to stop using it, and I've never gone back. I guess if we bought like a new computer, I think that would cause it to work again. So that's an option, but that would cost a lot of money for a new laptop just for OBS. The other thing is maybe OBS is no longer doing that. Maybe I had a couple updates because I'm betting it was like an update. It was an update that probably caused some kind of memory issue, some kind of memory leak or whatever. But my computer would overheat. All right. Do you have access to another phone? Yes. This is for Kip F. We got pain. No pain, no game. We got Scholar. All right. Here's a Vein. Here's Sarah. Holy mommy. Holy hoochies. Why don't you invest in a new computer? And I'm sure you can write a tax off. The problem is this one's working fine. What I probably ought to do is just re-download OBS and then turn it back on and see if we can get that all running again. Maybe a part of me likes the idea of here we are, not having to work on the sound effects that much. But then, when we're having a day and the day's just kind of slow, I feel like working on something. So if we have a stream and I'm not filling out every single second of the moments in the stream with some kind of order, if I have a moment to sit still and just think, I go, what could we do? And I start going, oh, maybe we should have sound effects again. We are. All right. I used to listen to radio talk shows when I was a kid, when I worked. So I'd be like 13 years old, not going to school, didn't go to public school. I was homeschooled, didn't do any homeschooling either. I was out in the garage doing my dad's little home business because we were like broke. And my mom didn't care because we needed the money that bad. It was a very desperate situation. So I'd be out in the garage listening to talk shows in the morning, and they would use sound effects. I never forgot that. Some of them were really good. Here's Edge. Some of my favorites is they would take like a funny movie, and they'd clip like a really funny moment from the movie, and they'd play that. I loved it. We are okay. You could try playing music through the other phone. Always worth reinvesting in the quality of the streams. I do miss the music law when you leave the room to grab a box. It fills the void. You're right. Here's Arciella. I don't want the music to go away, so we do have to solve that. I don't know what's up with that. Rogue Tomato Lightning. Here. Come on, Siggy. Jack Garland. You got 3 packs left for a second full art to pop out. We want a second full art. Kane is good, but we want a second full art. Come on, baby. Sid Polendina. Always worth reinvesting. Here's Garnet. All right. And last but not least, what do we got? Lumina. Oh, baby. All right. Second full art popping out right at the last second. Now your box is much better. Good deal. I was a little scared for you. Kane and Lumina. I do not think those are too bad. Definitely could do worse. I think they're both cool cards. All right. Now, Sarah's just Sarah. There we have it. Pretty neat. I noticed there's a little signature down here anyways, but I don't think that's like a signature. But that's it, guys. These Dreamlike Oceans are almost sold out again, by the way. For those of you who are watching who don't understand Final Fantasy, this set is so hot, it's selling out over and over and over again. So that is super hot. Dreamlike Oceans. That's for Kip F. Here's your bag. Kip, thanks so much, man. All right. We got a new set on the menu tonight. It's in the title. Inferno X is back. We ran out of it. We got it again. Here it is, Inferno X, Korean. This set sold out super fast last time we had it, and I've decided to restock it. Cost $2.50 a pack. So you can buy 10 packs for 25 bucks. You could buy 10 packs for 25 bucks and test to see if you can pull the hit out of here. Now, you can pull the Korean Megas art out of here. In fact, last time we had a case of these, we pulled like a couple of them. Right? This is the Korean set. The pulls work differently in this set. So we pulled more than one Mega Charizard out of the case last time. So I'm hoping to do that again. I think these were popular. I'm going to put this in the latest card sets baggie. There we go. Where shall we keep this? Maybe here? We'd have to move these. Let's pop it in here. Where do we keep these now? Let's keep these. Shoot. Where do we put these? What kind of box can we put these in? Oh man, I'm causing myself trouble. Let's put these in here. All right, good. Now, the Korean Inferno X. Grab this bag. Korean cards doing pretty well. We did a lot of Korean sales in the last couple of days. especially this set. We've basically got it on sale. So it's this box. We got just one of these boxes left for 40 bucks. And then we also have the series one of this, same deal, 40 bucks. These have been selling out. This is my last box of Solo Leveling 2. Just been selling right out. Selling super fast. So this shall say 2.5. You know why they're selling fast? Our price is better than eBay. That's pretty rare. We don't do that a lot on this channel. Here's this. Here's Yu-Gi-Oh! V. Here's Celebrations. Riftbound. I got 2 packs of Riftbound left. There's a restock coming in. This is selling real well. Nikkei Precious, Perfect Orders New, Diagon Alley, Mega Korean, Mega Dream Korean. Nikkei, this is a fresh case first edition. Very popular. No signatures pulled out of there yet. One Piece. This has been pretty bad. Topps Naruto. We were selling tons of this the other day, and then the price went up. So the price went up on those because I can't restock them anymore the same way. So those must have been really, really popular. They are. But people aren't buying those quite as fast right now. But, I think that the basic principle remains that they're, cool to open. And we were pulling one-of-ones out of here. That's why these are so good. One-of-ones were coming out. I have just started coloing, and I am a kid. Hey, what's up, man? How's it going, kid? All right. Sorry, got busy, had to step away. Notice I pulled the Umbreon. Can you please re-roll it? Yes, sir. All right, he's back. He wants the re-roll. Are you able to get Shiny Treasures Korean? No. Are you going to do a restock on Solo Leveling 2? No. No, once those are sold, there'll be no restock on those. I didn't like them. You know why? They sat there forever. And they are selling, but they're selling at a below eBay price. All right, so here's Umbreon, and let's go grab some Umbreon. I think they're selling probably because people saw Solo Leveling in the Union Arena set, right? That came out. But we're not acquiring that one either for now. They're a clearance deal. You guys like clearance? You know when stores do clearance, they do clearance when they're getting rid of something and they're not going to buy any more of it. So that's what we're doing with those. Those are on clearance. So this would be a $35 reroll. Let's get it. Please, bro. Please, bro. Please, bro. How can we reach these keys? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh yeah. What about dual evolution? What's dual evolution? Tell me about it. What's dual evolution? Is that Yu-Gi-Oh? So this goes back in for 35, and your reroll is for 35. Good luck in there. I think that's how much you originally spent was 7. Good luck. What do we got? Well, look how full this box is. Plenty of slabs in there, man. 1, 2, 3. The Dragon Ball Super Set FBO9. Dragon Ball's been doing kind of a okay lately. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, Dragon Ball's been doing okay. I'm a little scared of Dragon Ball because Dragon Ball has hurt me a couple times now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't know how you do it, Mr. Team Rocket Grunt. You just seem to get lucky in these all the time. Here it is. I know how he does it, guys. It's because these Poke Shuffles are stacked. Unless your name's Marius Larson. No, but I do see like Marius Larson getting killed in these sometimes. All right, so we got Magneton. And I go, poor Marius. Oh, man, I wish I'd known that. I want Tank from the set. We're not restocking it. There's one box left. Go grab it. All right. Magneton Electrode. 2 electric types. Here's Electrode. 011, right? 011. And Magneton. Is this it? All right. So you've gone from $35 to $75. What do you want to do here, Mr. Team Rocket Grunt? So you just expanded to a larger amount. That Magneton is worth more than $40 if you regrade him into a PSA 10. So, if you guys run into a 9.5, here's why I recommend. Don't freak out. 9.5s aren't bad. They're a high grade. They're a gem mint grade. And if you want them to be regraded one day, like maybe when PSA isn't so busy, you can just crack them and send them back in. Keep Electrode, reroll Magneton. All right. Keep Electrode, reroll Magneton. There it is. All right. And now, Magneton is a $40 card. You're going to get basically 7 out of this anyways. Grab some more cards over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Now, this will say, did I do that right? This will say 35. I didn't load that in the wrong side of the box, did I? No? Good. Okay, I'm going crazy. I'm getting delirious. So this is going from 50 to 35 now. You know what? At 50 to 35, I'm going to reclaim the card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, here. Oh, I see. It was actually 8. It's 35 now. So is it worth claiming it by the time it hits 35 on the second reroll? I get it now. I think if it gets re-rolled one more time. All right. I'm trying to make my own policy here on how we do these. Okay. So we're putting him back up there. Sometimes I buy the slab back if nobody wants it because I think that, essentially, I think you're wrong about the value of the slab. Putting this in here. All right. Good luck. Reroll of 7. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oops, 7. All right. There's a 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, that is a cold round on that one. Boom. So how did that work out? You originally sent in for 7, and I think you walked away with this one, which was a $40 pull. No, it was a $35 pull, wasn't it? But it would have gone in for 40. Okay, and the real value on it is 55, by the way. It might be higher than 55 by now. These classic collection cards are going up in value, not down. Look at it. It's because he's beautiful. So you go from 35 to 55. You're $20 up. Not bad. You're at least in a break-even scenario if you try to liquidate out of there. How's it going, guys? Happy Friday night. What do we got next? We got a couple orders. Jonathan Fernandez, Mr. 10 Packs of Solo Leveling, Volume 2. All right, so before we draw from there, we also have these loose packs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you're getting 10 packs. Then we just have 2 loose packs. There it is. All right, good luck. Wait, this is for 10 packs, isn't it? This is 10 packs in here, is it not? Oh, so you get the full box anyways. 10 packs is a full box, right? Yeah, it is. All right, so we have no more sealed boxes of solo leveling. We only have loose packs at this point. Solo Leveling Volume 2 is available. You're going to get the whole box because you ordered a total of 10. Congratulations. Good. Happy to see these are finally wrapping up. I bought these and I told the Korean guy that I was buying them from, I said, I don't know. I have a feeling these aren't going to sell. He's like, no, bro, give them a try. And then what do you know? Virtually 0 of them sold. Now we're selling them at a loss, basically. And they sell when you price them at a loss. People go, oh, wait a second, I want some of those. Selling cards is fun, guys. You ready? People like it when they get a real good deal. But, here's the thing about the solo leveling packs. When it comes to Pokemon cards, sometimes we get Pokemon cards that don't sell for a while. But I'm just hodling those. I'll hold those forever. I don't care. I love Pokemon cards. They can sit on my shelf for years. They do that sometimes. Something that's not selling very well, just sit there for years. Like, remember General Mills Pikachu wouldn't sell very well? Look at him now. Now he's like a $500 10. I was trying to sell those. I should have just held them. Shouldn't even worried about it. Now, this solo leveling, I'm not a solo leveling collector. So when it doesn't sell very well, oh, look, there's Tank. When it doesn't sell very well, I kind of just want my money back so I can go buy more Pokemon. Cha Hey In. Whoa, Cha Hey In, you don't say. Same with the Weiss. You'll notice the Weiss is at a really good price. Some of those sets are basically clearance as well. Take a look at those Weiss cards, guys. Go look at those price on the Weiss cards. Some of them are basically clearance. We just give them away. We don't want to hold on to them too long. We don't want to be stuck up on them. It is Cha Hei In. I'm not a Weiss collector. I'm a Pokemon card collector. So you'll see those advantages sometimes in other sets. I'm giving you this one. Pristine Tag 10 Burger Chew is $360. Whoa! Look at that. Sung Jun Woo. That's my favorite, bro. Let me turn this music down. I'm going to go turn on some Radiohead, man. I can listen to Radiohead, apparently, because you guys can't hear the music. Started buying them because I've been looking for them. What is the white pack? Not the white sets I like. Weiss is good. What we're doing is we're just liquidating out of some of the older Weiss sets until we can see what the new Weiss sets are. So, Wu Jin Chou. I actually still like the Weiss brand a lot. So, you won't see me give up on Weiss. Weiss is pretty good. Here's Iron. Ooh. All right. If they make a third set of this SL2E, if they make another set of solo leveling, I'll be sure to buy them for you guys because I can tell you, you do like solo leveling. We'll just probably get one case of them in the future. Jonathan Fernandez, that's a whole box. Congratulations. All right, how do you feel about that? You got the last sealed box. There wasn't a super hit in there, so maybe those loose packs have a major hit. So the solo leveling 2 loose packs, maybe they're lucky. It is Jonathan Fernandez. Okay. Plus, Union Arena is expensive. Hello, my lady. May I simply give you all my money? Oh, wait, wrong stream. Hey, what's up, Mr. Mark? Mark, you can't be giving all your money away to girls when there's perfectly dateable men out here who would be just as happy to take your money. Here's Hound Doom. Here's Gardevoir. Now, that's a pristine Gardevoir. Here's Darkrai. And here's Blubblazor. I ought to get all the pristines into one row on the table and then take a picture of them together. Mark J. Valerian, no hollows, please. One box of the Japanese Night Wanderer. Sent for the rest. Sounds good. Okay, let me get the Night Wanderer. All right, here we are. Do you ship to India? Yes, I do. I've shipped to India multiple times. All right. We've been shipping international for 7 years. 7 years international shipping. We can ship to India. We can ship anywhere. Now, maybe not Iran. That one might be risky. All right, here we are. Mark J. Valerian, one whole box, Night Wanderer. This set is pretty cool, actually. If you're not worried about the alternative arts. Okay. Step of this. There's a good Houndoom in it. There's a good Persian in it. Yeah. I like the Dusclops connecting cards. Yeah, the Dusclops is cool. All right. Ready? Would you meet me in person at the Straight to hand deliver my cards, mister? Says Lorenzo. At the what? At the Strait? At the Strait of Hormuz? What are you talking about? I'll do it. I'm in. Okay. Let's see what we got. Cresselia. Look at that Cresselia. Looks like Cresselia. Here's Hypno. Come on, baby. What we got? Oh, now there's a Cresselia. See, I'm telling you guys, look at this. Night Wanderer has this good Cresselia in it. He just pulled it. Okay. There's the ugly elephant that nobody wants. Here's a Reva Vroom. Does PSA grade the solo leveling volume 2 cards? Yes, they do. PSA grades them. Pretty good. Okay. 6 has proven that. Cool. For those of you just joining into the stream, Tag has put out a important notification. They are not grading base level grades anymore. Base grading is on pause. That's us. That means everybody who has a tag grade with me, we have to stop and wait for them to open it back up. Now, if you don't want to wait, you have an alternative option to send it to CGC. So CGC and tag are the same price. Whoa, you got an alt art, dude. Look how cool this is. Alt art time, baby. So if you don't want to wait, you have an alternative option. Have me send it off. Look at this. Have me send it off to CGC. We'll do a CGC submission soon. And you guys are welcome to just convert right over to that. Now, the other option is send a PSA. If you want PSA, PSA costs a little more, so you have to send the difference. Now, the third option is to just wait for them to open back up. I'm a little worried, though, that when they do, they're just going to raise their prices anyways. I don't know what they'll do. This? Oh, no. Yeah, pretty serious business, Mr. Mark. Anyone who has a tax, you know, it's sad too, Mark. I was going to do it tomorrow. Saturday was going to be the tag submission, the group tag submission. And so they closed it down just before we were ready to do it. It really sucks. Here's Petrunt. Here's that one. So we'll rush to get the PSA submission out at least because I'm scared PSA is going to be next. I'm scared PSA is going to go, oh, good, tag's not doing their thing. Let's raise our prices. So that's my fear now is PSA is going to raise their price. I don't think CGC is going to change. CGC sounds like they're doing fine, fine, fine. It is. That's awful. Yeah, it's really unfortunate. You can request that I convert your tag grading over to CGC grading immediately. We're going to do a CGC submission hopefully soon, but I feel like people need to be aware that we're doing that CGC submission. So we're going to convert it over to a CGC submission. So check this out. So he's got some EXs, little trainer card. Yeah, some more EXs. The EXs aren't very exciting, are they? But look, he's got this Altart Petrunt, which is still a Pokemon. And then Cresselia looks amazing. I like the Fracture too. If only this had been Houndoom and Persian, it would be a perfect round. Cresselia, Houndoom, Persian. But we're going to take the Cresselia. That's a great Pokemon. Man, it feels like I'm going to throw up, man. I'm on that Wagovia, and it is so powerful, dude. I almost can't imagine myself upping the dosage, but I know I should. It's such an expensive medicine. I feel like I'm not getting my money's worth if I don't up it at some point. I'm scared to do it at this point. It's so strong. I wish it would cut down on my appetite. That's the real problem. I still have the same appetite. Wegovy is one of those GLP-1 weight loss drugs that suppresses your appetite. But in my case, it's just making me feel really full, but it's not changing my appetite. I'm still hungry. I'm actually hungry right now. I wish I could go eat, but I'd be scared to like get nauseous. Here's Kip F for the open box of Dreamlike Oceans. You got it. Here you go. Kip F. Mr. Kip. Might donate all the regular EX cards and junk cards for trade slab if there's one. Oh, I'd be happy to negotiate some kind of trade with you. So you're looking to do a trade. Now, we have an open trade right now for 20 bucks. Do you want spots in that, or are you looking to get like a whole card to yourself situation? Let me snip this first, okay? So let me take care of Kip. Stick around, Mark. What are you looking for? Are you looking to maybe try and trade in so many cards you get a whole slab to yourself? Okay. Or are you looking to get into the current trade slab, which is really good? It's a $20 per spot situation, right? So you just need 20 bucks and you have a 1 in 5 odds of pulling the Meganium. Oh, I'm sorry, for spots in a trade slab. Oh, I got you. Okay, yeah. The Meganium's the current trade slab. It's real decent. And you should be able to get some spots in there for sure. All right. All right. All right. And one more. Actually, you donated your hollows. I need to put you in the giveaway too. There we go. See, now we're busy, guys. We were slow a second ago. Now we're busy. How crazy is that? How fast things change. Here we go. All right. We got Princess Sarah. Ooh. Take the pink support and trainer cards too if you like. Here's Kamlanot. I like that name, Kamlanot. Kamlanot. You don't want them? Or what are you trying to say? You don't want your little trainer cards? Come on, bro. See, on, bro. I like this, the Sephiroth. Here's Yuffie. She's cute. Gertie. All right. More like turdy, you know what I mean? More like poopy buns. How you guys doing on this fine Friday night? Who's got some gossip? Who's got some news? Tell me about your day, guys. What's your day like? Let me tell you what my day's like. Wake up, Pokemon card, Pokemon card, Pokemon card, Pokemon card. Have a dinner with Karis. Sleep for a minute. Pokemon card, Pokemon card, Pokemon card, Pokemon card. And then sleep for another minute. Wake up. That's my cycle. I do nothing else. Here's a Vivi. Ah, man. That ain't no signature. Come on, bro. Vivi. Hopefully this is a 2 full art box. We got Zidane. Ah, it is. Ritz. Right at the end. Double full art Ritz. We are seeing some of these boxes are single full art, by the way. We have seen that now. Here's Penelo. Okay. Got about an hour left of work. Go home to go to sleep. Wake up at 2, take a shower, then eat something. Head to work. Work. And one day you look at your calendar, or you look at yourself in the mirror, and you're like, when did I get so old? When did I get so old and fat? Here's Pilaraster. Ooh, yes. I like the name Kamala Harris. Sounds evil. Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris. What do you guys think about her? You think she's going to win? They might run her as the Democrat primary. There's her. There's Gavin Newsom. There we are. I don't really know who they're going to run. I think Gavin Newsom and Kamala have the most, like, you know, brand power. Brand. We are. I don't think Obama's going to run. I'm trying to think of who else they got. Definitely not Tim Walz. That guy's in trouble. That guy's looking stinky as hell, dude. All right, Kip F. He might have been part of the reason why she lost, because they chose Tim Walz like he was a big victory. And then it was like, I don't know. He just didn't seem that good, especially when he had that debate. Here's Ritz and Vivi. Kip F. Thank you. You know, they ran him like he was going to be like this big shot, like he was going to be really good. And actually, one of the things that was really good about Tim Walz is after he got chosen for vice president, they got a whole bunch of donation money. Where did that come from? That's true. He raised some of the largest amounts of campaign money historically, uh, as a vice president nominee. Boop. So that sounds a little bit fishy. All right, Mr. Mark J. Valerian, a trade. Now you want the EXs gone, right? That's what you said. Let's get that together. Kamala fumbled around in her debates. Clay Thompson never needed Megan the Scallion. Yeah, but Megan the Scallion, she's got a fine booty. Can't deny that. Mega Fable. I think it was Bill Maher was saying that Megan the Stallion basically just appealed to people who were already going to vote for Kamala Harris, when the real challenge is to get the swing voters. The swing voters. How do the swing voters feel about, millions being spent on Megan the Stallion or whoever to come be a celebrity during the campaign? Put those there. We got some of these. You got a ton of ARs, man. You got an expensive bag, actually. You got quality stuff in here, Mr. Mark. Okay, don't be too loosey-goosey with it, all right? I can tell this is a valuable bag. Your ARs are good. The trick will be to grade them cheaply. That's what you want to do. You want to grade them cheaply and hope you get a lot of 10s. That's what you're hoping for, is a lot of 10s. Got some non-hollow Gengars in there. It's really funny when you see them go by. Those are going to look nice in a reverse hollow in the English version of the same sets, right? So there we go. So what we've done is we've extracted all your EXs. Okay, your bag has no EXs in it. Oh my gosh, these cards, shipping is paid later. Yes, that's right. You don't have to ship today. You can ship like a week later, a month later, 6 months later. But the cutoff time is 1 year. So please ship within 1 year. But in the meantime, you can keep building your bag. Very similar to other rip and ships. You might have seen other rip and ships. You ready? All right. So you got a lot. Let's count them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 50. So you got 50. And so what I can offer you for 50, I'm thinking 50 cents a card. And so you only need about 40 of these. And so 40 would get you a $20 buy into the Meganium. So there you go. Remove those. So you're keeping those. So this little stack, it's really not much compared to what we take with the hollows. This little stack is a $20 spot in the Meganium. How does that sound? Can we date check our bags? You're curious if your bag's getting too old? It is. Andy, man. Your bag's safe, Andy, man. Sounds good. All right. So these will be used probably in like junk packs and stuff like that. I don't know, actually. Oh, that's an SR. Can't be taking no SRs. Let me double check for SRs. Can't be taking no SRs. Might have been sticking to the back of a different card. Okay, making sure none of these are actually SRs. We don't want your SR. Your SR is probably worth like $5 to $8 or something like that, ungraded anyways, depending on which one. Like that's Manectric. I mean, I'll trade for SRs too. I don't mind. So if you ever want to use SRs to get into a nice trade slab, guys, you can do that as well. You might only have to trade in like 3 cards. Like the Manectric, like I said, probably 5, maybe 5 to 10. I don't really know what it's worth. All right, so we can do all kinds of stuff with these. We can like stuff them into the live customs for people so that they feel like it's a little more rewarding to open them, a little more fun. And here you are, Mr. Mark, getting into this Meganium right now. Mark J. Valerian. I saw that message come in, Mr. Pat. So Pat's wondering if he has any tag grades that were unfortunately affected by this pause on base grading. We'll definitely look into that. Might be able to do that live, in fact, when it's your turn, okay? Let me just see the queue real fast. Who's waited the longest? So we're looking for who waited the longest. Hit refresh over here. All right, so the longest order, the oldest order is Mr. Carlos. Carlos Lugo. He sent $40. Carlos, what are we doing with our $40 here? I think he's a new guy. What's up, Carlos? Mr. Carlos, what are we doing with our 40 bucks here? Are we going into the box break for One Piece? I noticed there was no message left. I think the other guy named Lamb, I think that guy was also new. There it is. Minecraft is one spot away. $40. It's a whole box. It's a very silly thing, but it's a bit of fun. It is. If you guys want, I could create a star spot where each person go buy 1/4 of the star spot for $10 for the last spot in the Minecraft. How fun would that be? So I think Carlos probably wanted to go into the One Piece, but I'm actually not sure. He's not at risk of missing out on it because it would take a while for it to go off. But I don't know what he wanted. Carlos, Mr. Carlos, one spot away. You heard it here first. Here's Austin Lamb. I think Austin Lamb's new. I'm not sure. But Carlos Lugo is also new. I don't recognize his last name. So he must have been here earlier, right? Oh, Carlos. Where is he? Boy, my throat is terrible, man. Destroyed windpipes, I'm pretty sure. Burned windpipes. Very irritated now. I think he wanted into the One Piece box. I'm pretty sure he was asking about it. It is. I'm gonna place him in there, but I don't know if he truly wanted to go in there. But I don't know. 1, 2, 3. I'm Carlos, but I buy waifus. You know me. Oh, you're a Carlos, but you're Chavez. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're at 8. Whoa. That's 1/3 of the break. There's real demand for that one piece box. 1/3 of the break. That's the news today, then, guys. The one piece box is moving very rapidly. Let me show that off one more time. You know, it's a very special box because it gives you a chance for the Gear 5 Luffy. And you can open it on screen or you can have it shipped home. Either is an option. To ship it home, it costs 15 bucks. That's it. So you would just ship it home and then you can put it in your closet. Imagine pulling that for 40 bucks. But your odds are 1 in 32. They're quite bad. So your odds are tough as hell. Why isn't it letting me pay through debit? Do you all accept UPI? UPI? I don't know what that is. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what's going on. We've got the website. If you don't like the website, try the description of the live stream where you will have the option to use PayPal, Cash App, Zelle, Venmo. We used to have Coinbase, but I need to fix that. Do you accept EBT? Oh, it's like Apple Pay? I don't think I've ever heard of that. I'm not sure if the website will handle that. I'm not sure if the website will handle that. I don't even recognize it. Oh, wow. Look at all these cards. What are all these? Look at this. Wow, look at this baggie, guys. How much is this one baggie worth? Look at all these. So what I do is I sit on cards for years without grading them at all. And I'm very good at it actually. So I'll sit on cards that aren't going to be graded for a very long time. Like, why should I grade this now? If it's already expensive now, what's it going to be like in 10 years? Why don't I grade it 10 years from now? Look at all these. Aren't these nice? Oh my God. Most of these won't be 10s anyways. Almost none of them will be, in fact. But probably in this group, 1 or 2 10s hiding around. Hey, what's up, Mr. Carlos? Hey, what'd you want with that 40 bucks, Mr. Carlos? I got your $40. Where did you want to put it? Did you want to open something? Did you want it in a box break? I'll give you $3.50 for it. If I could get from you, could I get my bulk too? So like all streams, like all rip and ships, we don't do bulk. Bulk is removed. However, if you want to immediately ship, I might let you do it on your first time, but we just don't do bulk. Yeah, we remove the bulk. If it's for an expensive set, then you do get to keep the bulk. But we generally just we generally treat the bulk as junk. 8 pokey shuffles. Oh yeah. Okay, so let me go grab that. Was that your first time order? That was your first time order, wasn't it? That's 8 pokey shuffles, guys. Ooh, I hope you pull something because it is possible to pull a cold round on those. Here they are, Mr. Carlos. Good luck. The pokey shuffles are insanely popular. Like, after we added the re-roll mechanic, this went from already pretty popular to one of the most sold things on the channel. Like, this gets sold more than pretty much anything else. It's the highest selling thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's crazy how one improvement can do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's exactly what I was worried about. How does Team Rocket Grunt get so lucky? Oh my God. All right, Carlos. I think that is his first time on the stream ordering a round. That's a rough round. So Carlos, we got you over here in this giveaway. Okay, so you still have a chance to win something. You just gotta get a 1 in 20 luck in here. Additionally, I'm going to give you these 2 cards. This is the first time order. And I tell you what, we have another giveaway running right here. I'll put you in here too. Okay, so you're in 2 giveaways. That sucks, dude. Welcome to the stream. Woohoo! Win some, lose some. Yeah, it's a lot more exciting when you win some, but we're going to give you these as a bonus. I'm going to give you one more bonus. Are you ready? So you're going to walk away with this Ghastly English promo. So you got 3 cards over here now. That's a bonus since you didn't get the slab. You're going to get that Ghastly as a bonus. All right, so here's a little bulk to make your bag a little more thick instead of thin. So you're not walking away empty-handed. You got Full Art Ninetales. You got Ghastly, which is a promo, like cosmic hollow card. You got a chance in here. That doesn't mean you're going to win it, but you got a shot. And then you're in the new guy slab giveaway as well. So you're in 2 different giveaways. They could both go poorly because your odds aren't super high of pulling those, but at least you have a shot, right? All right, there we go. There we go, Carlos with the CA. Now, Carlos, if you tried that again and you missed again, you would then be placed into this new thing we've been running. It's called the second chance break. See, it is second chance. Mr. Jeff has got a spot in there. That's never fun. But basically, anytime you guys pull around that is just too cold, what we like to do is put you in this thing called second chance. The second chance is a break. You cannot buy directly into it. You can only get into it with bad luck. And here's the second chance slab. It's this beautiful holographic dark ride. So that's fun. We hand that out at the end of the month. That's how it works. It's a 1 month thing to get as many spots in there as you can. Thank you, Carlos. All right. Cool, man. Who's next? We have an order from with the store. This is Team Rocky Grunt with the store credit. Let me get a live custom and 30 for my slab away. All right. Banking some of that money into slab away. Probably smart. Where's slab away? You know, I forgot about this. What is this? Oh, yeah. I made this post. Where's my slab away channel? There it is. Team Rocket Grunt. Ah, there you go. Your TRG. Whoa, you got that giant Blastoise. I forgot about that. Okay, you ready? 1170 minus 25. That makes it 1145. 1145. Boom. All right. Cool. Now, one live custom. Let's see if Team Rocket Grunt gets any luck. Oh. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Just feel like I have too much food in my stomach. No luck on that. You just get one waifu. All right. Damn, that's a sexy outfit, man. Look, he's got like the skin tight outfit and then a big puffy coat. Kind of hot. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We have an order from Jonathan Fernandez. Let me take the rest of them. You got it, Jonathan Fernandez. Oh, did we update the trade break to 3? Yeah. So look, the trade break is up to 3, guys. We need 2 more people in there, and that goes off tonight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There is actually one more spot. So, I mean, I might as well just give it to you. You can have it. I don't care. Yeah, when the packs are loose, the promo pack is counted as a pull. It's no longer treated as a free thing. When you open a whole box, you get it for free. But I mean, if you do 10 packs, that's equivalent to a box anyways, right? So there you go. Jonathan Fernandez. Solo leveling 2 is sold out. We can go remove it now. We have a lot of solo leveling 1 because I ordered a lot of it in the past. Those are the same price, and they also have really good pulls in there. And those prices are also lower than eBay. So I'm just letting those go. Where is this? I can't even find it on the menu. Is it on the main menu? I got to find it now. There it is, solo leveling 1 and 2. So we're going to remove solo leveling 2. That's gone. And then we're going to head over to the website. Okay, we're going to go to products, all products. All right. We sold out a solo leveling 2 in like 2 streams. How about that, guys? Didn't take too long. This is going to be marked as, you know what? I'm just going to delete it because I don't want to muck up my, we're going to hit delete. There you go. We're not going to muck up the website with products that are never coming back. All right, cool. So just so you know, again, solo leveling 1 still exists. It's a very good product. And I bought a ton of it. And we actually made some serious money on it, actually. But we're just letting go of the rest of it now. And if solo leveling 3 comes out from the same maker Mapniverse, we'll add it to the menu. Obviously, we've had some good times with this. There it is. All right. Sold out on solo leveling. I can hear 6 squeaking from here. Squeak. There we go. 6 is out of money. Somebody go give 6 some money. All right, there we go. I told her to open an Only Rats account. She said, I'm not going to do it. So how are you going to make any money, 6? Ready? Here goes. Wow. Look at that, guys. Last round of the last box, and we pull this bad boy. Look at all the gold embossing. That's an HR star. The shadow something. Shadow. Can't read that word. The shadow team. Okay, look at that. They're all there. The tank, Igris, Tusk, and whatever that guy who's the knight is. I don't remember the shield guy. Army. Oh, right. Army. Okay, good. Good. All right. Look, it's all golden. Nice. It was all worth it, Mr. Jonathan. Appreciate your order, man. How cool was that, everybody? The Shadow Army, the Shadow Team. All right, let's keep it moving. Here we have Tink. Ooh. Tammy, what do you know, Tammy? What do you think you can read? You think you're better than me because you can read? Here's Han Song Yi. See, once he becomes an S rank, all the girls want him. It's called hypergamy. Whoa. Now I want him to make love to me all of a sudden. Here we go. Here's this guy. Tush. And did pull the Shadow Igris from Volume 1. I've read the webtoon. Oh, no. Here's this. Tammy's reading the webtoon. Tammy! Tammy, when are we going to work on our manga together? What's the name of the manga going to be? Here's Tusk. Oh, yeah, look at this. Webtoon is better than anime. What? Here's Sung Il Hwan. I don't know. Here's Yu Jin Ho. Hey, that looks like a hit as well. Look at that identity card. It looks different than usual. I think you hit, excuse me, I think you hit the jackpot here, Mr. Jonathan Fernandez. Who wants to get lucky, man? Here's some good luck. I wonder what else is going to give out good luck. There might be another thing. Here's Iron. Oh, his name's Iron. Okay. Tammy, what webtoon are you going to make? I want to read your webtoon. There you go. Yeah, after you're done with your album, obviously. Last sold PSA 10 looks like 510 for Shadow Army. Oh, I'm going to put it in a top loader then. Mr. Jonathan, what do you think of that, guys? Oh, yeah, baby. Should we clip it? I mean, that's a lot of money, I guess. Shadow Army. All right. You're the Shadow Team. It's kind of stupid when you think about it. All right, let me just grab this clip. And we're going to go up here to the clip channel. I know Mike's side's always looking for an easy clip. Here you go, Mike's side. Let's see. Shadow Army hit from solo leveling to Mapniverse, occurring at 142 minutes. I mean, you can check it, but it sold on April 25th. Oh, that's good. That's very recent. Hi, I'm buying either an expensive booster pack or packs or one PSA 10 slab Pokemon. Let me know what you have in stock. You can check the Pricey Slabs channel, so it's all there. Excuse me. So, Jonathan, that was a pretty good deal for you, huh? That was not a bad situation. Ooh. I'm actually concerned about selling that Gengar, the Quest Gengar, because I just sold the Meowth for 1,000, and I could just own a bunch of those Quest Gengars and call it a day. Yeah, I appreciate it, Mister. The Discord channel, are those slabs priced up? Yeah, they are priced up. We are. I gotta look at that Quest Gengar because I am tempted to just hodl him. All right, let's see. This is the only one I'm unsure about. I was questioning him when I put him into the box. Let me look. So the last sold on him is clearly not 4,400, but I just got a last sold on my Meowth for 1,000. Oh, and Mister, when are you sending OSA out? PSA? This weekend. So you could grade it right now. You can send him $45 right now, and that card would not wait very long to go out. Okay, if you want to do that, I recommend doing it tonight. Don't wait for Saturday night. Not not a good idea. All right. So here we are. Check that out. So we had this Quest sticker Meowth sell for 1K. And I know a Meowth shouldn't really be the same price as a Gengar. So either somebody overpaid for Meowth or the Gengar is underpriced. Why does this slab already look like it's dirty, man? Who owned this before me? Jesus, dude. People don't know how to take care of their slabs. Crazy. I was thinking something under $10 for now. Could you suggest me if it's my first time buying Pokemon cards, which pack I should get? What should you get for $10, guys? Well, if you want something real cheap, you could buy 5 Korean Team Rocket packs. So that's kind of cute. It allows you to get more packs for a lower amount. Oh man, this stupid slab has a scratch on it. That makes me so mad. All right. Well, mm, 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 mm. Might re-encapsulate it. Hmm. And let me look at this real fast. Do Scooby Doo. Do 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 do. Scooby Boo, Scooby, Scooby Dooby Doo. Hmm. Mm. I like the quest stickers, but don't like the white background. You mean the back of the card being white? That certainly doesn't stop them from selling. I can tell you that. But I get it. It would be cool if they had something on the back. Population 15, and I would own 4 of the 15, as opposed to 3 of the 15. I don't think there's going to be many more of these. I actually can't make a decision on the quest sticker. It almost feels like it would be a mistake to sell him. He's actually one of the rarest Gengars. I'll hold him to the side for the minute. All right. Ordered another live. Wish me luck, guys. Oh. So as Pat Gibbs, he says, can you tell me if I have anything waiting for tag grading? So we probably have some really unfortunate tag grades. Not PSA, tag just paused tag grading. They just paused it. So I'm going to run through this real fast, try to find some tag grades in here. The tag grades are probably moved out to the other room already because guess what? We were that close to grading them. So there's no tag gradings in this room. Then I have my setup in the other room for tag grading. So to check, I would need to go sort through that. I don't know if I want to do that in the live, but I can tell you there's none in this room. There's a lot of PSA grades in this room. So yeah, it looks like the tag grades are in the they're in the air. I have a nice setup in the family room with like a big shelf, and that's where I really get the work done for the submissions. So I sit down in real comfort while I'm working on it. But so it's all the way out there, and it would need to be brought back in here to find out what's what. You inspire me, Indie Man. Maybe that's what I'll do is tomorrow when Karis is out, because she's going out, I'll probably sit down and take a look at what our tag cards are. And I think what I'll do is I'll post them to Discord so people can make a decision. And what we won't do is we won't rush with the CGC submission. We'll delay by like a week to give people a minute to realize tag has been paused. Tag paused it. I didn't want to pause it. All right, so that's what we'll do, Mr. Pat Gives. We will add that to the announcement, what cards are actually waiting. Here's a Kyle Summers order, $30 for Slab Away. All right, we're going to Slab Away. Kyle Summers. This is tag 10 Sylveon, $20 remain. All right, Kyle, $20 left. Good. We're in a new month, so any close to expiring submissions, I'm not submissions, close to expiring slabaways are in doo-doo. Mister, I'm craving a roller dog with some mustard, right? Raw white onions and jalapenos. Jalapenos. Here's Team Rocket Grunt. Can't go out on a loss. Give me a live custom in one Poke Shuffle. If the card's under 50, please automatically re-roll it. All right, you told me that in the message, so I'm going to do that, okay? Oops. There you go. All right, one live custom. What are the other options? I don't like CGC. So here are some options. Beckett. Problem with Beckett is I wouldn't use it unless you were sure that the card had a shot at pristine because you don't want a 9.5. So there's Beckett. There's PSA. If you want PSA, send in $15 more. That's a problem. PSA is more expensive with a really terrible turnaround time. And then there's CGC. CGC, you don't have to do anything but tell me that you'll accept CGC. So those are your options. The other option is to wait, by the way, and see what happens. So if you wait, maybe tag just opens it back up and then everything's good. So you can just sit and wait. That's perfectly fine. But there is a chance that you sit and wait, and then Tag just raises their price anyway. So, but we don't know. One cold one. I suspect Tag's gonna what they're gonna do. They're gonna raise the price on their their middleman guys. And I'm not gonna lie, if they raise it too much, I'm just gonna be a guy doing PSA after that point. So I'll be doing PSA, probably CGC, not Tag. So Tag's got a lot of nice slabs up here, and they just get lots and lots of free advertisement for now. We'd be swapping to CGC. It is all right because it is about price. Price is very important. One Live Custom is cold. Let's try the Pokey Shuffle. Ace is another grading company. Yeah, they're in the UK though. They're a UK company. Yeah. All right. As soon as I start grading stuff, they start with this BS. It's unfortunate. It's really unfortunate. There we go. It's like what I was saying in the video. Did you guys watch that video I put out? I put out a 40-minute video, and I was talking about how absurd I found the lawsuit against PSA, because the one guy alleges that PSA bought SGC and then they bought BGS and then slowed down turnaround times and increased their prices. And I said, the real reason for that is because demand is up. Duh. It's such an outrageous claim. PSA is getting outrageous demand because Pokemon hype is through the moon. That's the real reason for that. All right, no luck. Jonathan Fernandez, $45. Send it. You got it. All right. Mr. Jonathan Fernandez, thank you for opening these great cards with us. Sounds like it really paid off for you. He is a winner tonight. Jonathan Fernandez got lucky as hell, guys. This might be a PSA 10. I mean, these cards, they don't seem to have trouble grading. Most of the time when we send these out, they get 10s. So your odds for a 10 on this, pretty good. Your odds for a 10 on that is good. And if it does get a 10 and it's worth 500, that's not going to be a bad situation at all, is it? Here you go, Jonathan. So cross your fingers for that 10. I'll write your name on it. Jonathan, every night somebody on this stream gets luckier than everyone else. Might be you. Less people start going real deep right now and they pull something crazy out. All right. Now, don't forget to the solo leveling series 1 box is still here. All right. We got lots of that. You can pull a really high end Igris out. You can pull a really high end Sung Jin Woo out. So that's a really good pull from the series 1 or volume 1 set. Okay. That's still available at $40 a box, cheaper than eBay. Our price beats eBay on those solo leveling boxes. Why? Because I'm just selling through them. I'm letting them go. Hey, let's get a bunch of pristines to the front. Take a picture now. You ready? Let's get these pristines. I got too many pristines on the table. Pristines, they don't sell. Maybe my price is considered too high by shoppers. Like they don't see the value in it, but I'm not budging on the price. I know how hard these pristines are to get. So I'm just gonna hold, hodl, hodl, hodl. Here it is, 2 pristines. Ionis Wattrell, which actually maybe I want to raise the price on that one, and Inteleon. I think the Wattrell is really nice. That one, I like that one a lot. So here's a pristine Gardevoir, and nothing in that pile. Here's a pristine Bulbasaur. A couple pristines have made it up on the table now. All right, so we got 4 pristines in a row. I'm going to photo these and take them back down. You're not going to see me budge on those pristine prices very much because, again, you can send in like 100 cards to tag, and not a single one of them will get pristine at all. You send in 200, and maybe one of them gets pristine. So I'm very aware of how difficult these are to acquire. As someone who's done a lot of tag grading, I'm gonna say all pristines. There you go. It's crazy that you guys can't hear this music because it's kind of blaring. Inteleon with an I, Ionis with an I, Gardevoir with the G, Bulbasaur with the B. All right, these all go in the same box. Good. Okay. Jonathan Fernandez's order is done. Somebody tried to send in an order on the website. I think we're getting a new guy, Mr. Evar Kumar. Hey, what's up, man? And he says he wants 2 of the Glory of Team Rocket and 1 Electric Breaker. Hey, how about that wait time? The wait time's real short because there's not a very long queue right now. So we're getting to your order right away. First time order, huh? Let me grab you this. And let's get these Team Rockets. What's up, Felix Marchena? How's it going, man? All right. Good. Is this my order? It is your order. Let's get you a bonus, shall we? You want a bonus? I'll get you a bonus for your first time order. You ready? So I'll get you this. How about this Inferno X? That's a pretty good card, actually. That's a pretty good pack. All right, little bonus pack. Kind of like adds 1/4 to the whole order, doesn't it? It's a good bonus. 25% more. All right. So we'll go ahead and snip these. Let's see what you got. I see why you want the bulk now. I see, because you're placing a pretty small order. But let's see what it looks like. I think since your bag's going to be pretty thin, we could probably add your bulk in this time, but we can't do it every time. So you got some hollows like this Houndoom. All right. Did I call them hollows? That's bulk. Some bulk like the Houndoom. Pack number 2 is going to be Crobat. All right, a little Crobat. Oh. Pack number 3 is going to be Pikachu. Hey, hey, look at that Phoebos. Very nice. That's called an AR, so that's a higher rarity. And here's the free pack. Hey, hey! The free pack handed out a nice AR Ambipom. Not bad. That was your free one since it was a first time order. All right, look at all that. New Zealand company that has offices at NZ, AUS, USA, and other countries. Ooh. All right, so we'll go ahead and create a little baggie for you now. Now, next time you order, we can't let you keep the bulk because we'll have too much bulk in there. It'll make the bag too heavy. You don't want your bag too heavy for international shipping, okay? International shipping, it's really expensive the heavier your bag is. All right. Oh, wait, there we go. How did you like that? Okay, 5.26. So your bag is dated for 5/26, and that means you don't want it to reach 5/27. That's 1 year later, okay? And we'll actually put you in, so you would go in this box with Eric Rodriguez. There you go. So you're in the E3 box. All right, cool, man. First time orders all around, guys. Here, let me put you over here as well. So this is the giveaway slab for first time orders. We'll put you in there. All right, now if you get really lucky, you pull this whole slab. All right. Explain shipping for the new guy. Who wants to know? Shipping, the way shipping works on this channel, we do not automatically ship. Your cards actually stay over here. And we ship when you order a round of shipping. Now, in the United States, there's a flat fee for shipping. It's $9. International is a little different. International, we calculate it. But basically, the cheapest shipping is $20. So that's up to 2 ounces. Ounces is American measurement units. 2 ounces is like not a lot. Let me show you what 2 ounces looks like. This is 2 ounces. These 2 slabs. If you do 3 slabs, now it's too heavy. So $20 for about this much shipping. Once we add this card, it jumps all the way to $40 shipping. But the truth is, once you reach that point, once you reach $40 shipping, you can really ship like this much. So once you reach $40 shipping, you might as well just keep adding to it. That's how we do it, or try to be smart about it. Yeah, so once you reach $40 shipping, you try to make it a nice heavy package anyways. Do you think the USA will soon see the fruit of the tariffs Trump loves so much? Um, the That's a really great question. While he would probably say something like, "You're already seeing the fruit of it," because he probably uses the tariffs to negotiate deals for the United States. He says, "Hey, I'll tariff the crap out of you if you don't invest or move your manufacturing over here." So I think he would probably argue straight away that all of the tariffs have forced manufacturing back into the United States, especially for big industries like car manufacturing and stuff like that. And there is some truth to that. You hear about Toyota opening a new plant, Honda opening a plant over here. So there is some truth to that. Even when he was running for president and he threatened huge tariffs, when he said that, there were companies that were building manufacturing facilities outside of the US. They had like big plans for multi-billion-dollar manufacturing plants. And so when he was running and he said, I'll tariff the crap out of those guys, they paused those. They stopped them. They said, we're not going to do that anymore. So, or like John, the I think it's called John Deere, the tractor manufacturing company. They wanted to move everything over to Mexico because you get cheaper labor over there. And now, that's probably not working out for them as much because Trump's just going to say, hey, you're going to do that. We're going to tariff the crap out of your tractors that used to get made in America. But you said, I don't want to pay Americans, a livable wage. I want to go to another country and just import it into America. And it's a really tricky thing because some economists believe that is the smartest move for Americans is to get rid of all the manufacturing, to send them overseas and let all the cheap labor develop things. And then Americans should get jobs in like I don't know, like technology or journalism or like entertainment or some other thing that's a higher level job rather than simple manufacturing. Then other economists argue, well, if somebody like China does all your manufacturing for you, you actually forget how to do manufacturing. And when there's these complex advancements in manufacturing that are discovered because of all the practice over there, we miss out on that. We miss out on the innovations of manufacturing, like having like a car manufacturing, like BYD car manufacturing, where it's almost completely automated. So, China benefits from all of the experience, practice, and innovations whereas we get cheap products and we get to print dollars, which is currently the world reserve currency. So I don't know. It's a complex matter. Economists disagree with each other. They tend to be very political about it. So it's hard to get. But besides that, whenever you make an economic claim, it's kind of a bet. It's kind of like a prediction, similar to the stock market. So every time you get an economist that says, "Here's the way something should work," there's another economist that says, "Actually, we should do the opposite of that," because they're both making a prediction on the best way for things to work. Here's Javier Arroyo, 10 pokey shuffles. That's the next door in the queue. Javier Arroyo. I just want the fuel prices to go down. I paid 65 for half a tank. Yeah. Yeah. A lot of Americans will just only be concerned with the cost of living. I'm proud to be an American where at least I know I'm free. I'm proud to be an American. Here we are. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All right, there we go. Trump was saying in an interview earlier that he thinks the price of gas will be down before November. Here we are, here we are, here we are, here we are, here we are. Whoa! How does Team Rocket Grunt pull 7 cards and it's a double hit and you've gone in deep and it's a cold round? I don't know, dude. All right, Javier, that's a strikeout on this one. If you strike out again, I'll get you into the second chance pack. Oh wait, I have an electric car. Hey, yeah, I guess the high price of gas makes electric cars look a little sexier for a minute. All right, I'm sorry, Javier. That's a cold round. I don't like to do that. I'll put you in the giveaway. Here, let me get you in the giveaway. We have a giveaway right here, guys. Oh, we hit the 46 likes mark. I didn't even see that. Hold on, let's host this giveaway now. November, my birthday month. I heard gas is like $9 a gallon where you're at, Alex. All right, let me hit refresh on this. Keyword's going to be free. All right, free. Good. Mr. Send message above. Too many people commenting. Gabriel says, top still going? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You can spam if you need to. This has 4 spots left. This has 5 spots left. All right, there they are, the pack splits. Beautiful pack splits. Don't miss them, baby. They're very nice. The pack splits. We're quite lucky in India. Our government is legit taking all the loss for the increased oil prices. Oh, that's nice. Oh, my back. I have like a bad back right now. It's terrible. I got to put the mail out when we're all done with the stream here. What time is it? 4:30. My old car broke down last year. Good timing. That's not good timing. You don't want you don't want your car to ever break down. That's unfortunate. So one thing that is dead right now, the binder break. Nobody's jumped into the binder break. Oh, my eyes itchy. And it makes me think maybe you should run it as 1 and 4 again. However, the problem is if we run it as 1 and 4, we got to remove some of these tasty treats out of it. There's a lot of nice cards in here, and they add up to 200, not to they add up to 200, not to 160.
So, I mean, there's a lot of cards, right? Like, this is not some small amount of cards. All right. Lots of stuff in there, especially at the beginning. We put the hits in the front. What do you guys think of the binder break? You guys don't like it? It was pretty popular. Look, it's round number 14, believe it or not. But maybe this round isn't a good round. Have to find out about that. Are you pro Trump? I would describe myself not necessarily as pro Trump, but I want low taxes, high productivity, and I don't want to be an isolationist in the world. Some of the Republicans want to be isolationists. On the other hand, I don't really care too much. There's a lot of topics where some of the Republicans are very Christian. They're like strict Christians. I'm not a Christian, so I'm a guy with no religion, so I'm not a very religious guy. So on subjects like LGBTQ, I don't really care. Go have fun. I don't care. People can do what they want. On stuff like I don't know how else that would play out. Like I don't care as much what people want to do with their individual lives. Like you can go have fun and I'm not going to judge you. And that's really accurate. But the low taxes is a big one for me. It's like my biggest obsession. So it's weird because I am a Republican in that sense, as I really care about low taxes a lot. I really don't think the government should take my money. I think I should keep it. People want the government to take my money for all kinds of things. The only one that seems okay is medicine. I get it. People want medicine. So that's probably the nicest way to be taxed is to have money taken away from you to help people with medicine. But there's a lot of issues where it's like keep the taxes, low. All right, let's see. I'm all about low taxes. Pretty much the only thing I care about. It's my number one issue. Andy man, here's here's J Dog Gaming. You come in here and if you're like, like a furry or something like that, I don't care. Risen Rose. People have all kinds of political subjects that I don't care about. Lifestyles, religious beliefs. There's a lot of bad blood between right now, like I would say the Arabs and the Jews, the Muslims and the Jews. I don't care about that. I think they should just stop fighting with each other. Right. So that's how I feel about it. I like UAE. I like Qatar, places like that where they're just focused on business. I think they're focused on living good. Here's Starscream. But then, the war in Iran, I feel kind of was necessary because that place was building a nuke and they really didn't like us. And they didn't like us for a very long time. They really were chanting death to America. They were doing that when I was a kid watching the news. And I always wondered, like, how do they get away with that? No other country does that. Here it is, Alex PSX. So I don't mind that they're gone to a certain degree. I just hope that the war ends rapidly and in a favorable way. So Trump actually has to deliver. He has to deliver a success and not a long, drawn out war where we're nation building and hanging out and we got troops in there. So far, he's avoided all that. And I think he is a little bit nuts. So I think that the leaders over there must be thinking about that he's a little bit crazy, at least. I wouldn't want to be staring down the barrel of the gun if he's holding the trigger because I don't know what he's willing to do. I think he'll do whatever he has to do to win. That's what seems interesting about him is he'll do whatever he has to do to win. I don't view him as a very particularly moral person. Here we go. 7. All right. Did he make America great again? Here's 7. Javier Arroyo. Ooh, Javier, look at that. That is a great question. I would have to say it doesn't feel like the 80s and 90s again. I think America was kind of at its peak in the 80s and 90s, don't you guys think? Of course, back then you could buy a home for nothing. Our parents were buying cheap homes, man. All right, let me see. All right. I promise I could spend my money better than the government will. The government's useful for group spending, but you run into other problems where the government maybe pays itself too much. They start giving money to their best friends who are working on some stupid product that would be a project that would be like an NGO. They start funneling money to other countries for stuff like, I don't know, like feminist circumcisions or something. I don't know, something weird like that, right? We need 60 million for that. Wow, really? Seems a lot like a gift, like a bribe or something. And then fraud occurs. You got all this talk about fraud lately, and you know, I'm sure it occurs in the red states too. By the way, it shouldn't occur anywhere. Fraud. I don't want to go to work all day long so that some other guy can trick the government and get paid millions. That's so infuriating. We are. How am I working all this? I work all these hours and just work my whole life away, and then some other guy just makes $1 million overnight because he knows how to trick the government. That sucks. you know, Joseph Smith, one pokey shuffle. So the fraud subject probably is occurring because the government is so old. Like you think our government's like built like a corporation where they got like, like detection to stop shoplifting? Probably not. They're not tech savvy, right? The government's probably not tech savvy. So they're easy to game. And then, the real question is, oh, look at that. That's the one spot shot right there. Mr. Joseph Smith. Look at you. Let's go grab this. So he's got a Gardevoir for $5, guys. So our government's probably not really well designed to stop fraud, probably just because they don't update their systems ever. They just assume Americans aren't going to trick them. And now that we know it's happening, you got to build like anti-fraud systems. But I was going to say, I feel like there probably were politicians who were aware this was occurring to some degree, and they just didn't have a reason to spend resources to stop it. Because if you think about it, that's federal government money, not state money. So federal government, gimme, 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 gimme. It's like free money for your state. You're taking it from all the other states. So Minnesota's taking it from California and Texas and Florida, all these other places paying all these taxes, right? They're saying, yeah, 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 send that money over here. So in a way, the fraudsters are good for the state. They're not good for the country. Oh man, you got such a good pull. Look at this, guys. Look at that shiny Gardevoir. Woo! Are we keeping this or re-rolling it, Joseph? What do you want? It's good for the state to be full of fraudsters because they're not stealing state money. They're stealing federal money. That's everybody's money. That's the whole country's money. So you steal money from Missouri. That's where I'm living. You steal money from Illinois. You steal money from New York. All comes into your state. So the more fraudsters you got, the better. It's almost like an economic gain just for your state. So what's their incentive to hire all these agents to stop fraudsters? Well, there is no incentive unless the government creates a punishment, probably for the politicians. You need to say, hey, if your state is found with all these fraudsters, you go to jail because we're not going to tolerate it. But I don't know if that'll ever happen. I'll keep it. All right. I'm loving how intellectual you are. Sometimes we talk about these kind of subjects. It's like the big short. No, they know about it, but they don't care enough for the people. Yeah, exactly. Well, I just think the incentives are wrong. They don't have any incentive to end it. That's the same problem with the war on drugs. All the drugs that come into America, especially fentanyl. Fentanyl has killed, the government estimates it kills 100,000 people a year for a couple of years. That's really crazy. Trump actually made a really interesting observation where he said that's worse than a war. He said that's like worse than a nuclear bomb has ever done. And so he called it, what do you call it? Like a chemical of mass destruction or something. I don't remember what he called it, but he retitled it the other day to a chemical of mass destruction. And I think the number's way down now. I think it's like 60,000. Still, that's an insane number, right? Um, when you think about that, the countries that are shipping the drugs in, whether it's China or maybe it's coming through the Mexican border, or maybe it's coming from Brazil, maybe it's coming from Venezuela, I don't know. What's their incentive to stop selling this drug? It makes them money. They have no incentive to stop their own, drug gangs. Imagine you're a Mexican politician. You kind of don't want to get killed. You don't want to be assassinated, right, by like a drug lord. And your drug lord's like, hey, tell you what, we'll pay you to run and protect us. And also, we bring in a couple $1 billion from Mexico. How does that sound? So what's their incentive for stopping it? Well, that's the same with fraud in like California. What's their incentive to stop the fraud? They're bringing in money to California from the federal government. It's good to have fraudsters. You make more money. So there's an incentive problem. You got to find some solution to that. Next up, we've got Gabriel Gallegos. Ooh, he says $112 tops. I think he's buying out the rest of the spots. Hold on. How much? 112. What is that? Divided by 28. It's 4 spots. Damn, bro. All right. I'm surprised that Bowser hasn't been scooped up pretty quick. It's a nice card. He is a nice card. All right, you ready? So, Mr. Gabriel. Let's see. We're going to say G, 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 G. He was good friends with Epstein. You're talking about Trump? Did you know Trump was one of the guys who actually told on Epstein? Epstein had gone to Trump's Mar-a-Lago and I guess he was like bothering the girls there. And then Trump did he like call the police on him or something? I don't remember. And he was one of the FBI informants, it turned out, right? He was actually one of the he was one of the tattletales. What do they call that? What's the term for it? When you tell on somebody, it's called a squealer. It's called a snitch. That's the word. He was one of the snitches. We are. All right, there we go. Now we're going to grab this over here. All right. Ooh. But releasing the Epstein files was such an L move. Whistleblower. I was looking for the word snitch. All right, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. All right. I'll tell you one guy who is probably going to be in pretty bad trouble. That Prince Andrew guy, man. There were actual serious photos of him, and there was an actual accuser. And unfortunately, she's passed away now too, right? Which is crazy when you think about it. But that guy had a real accuser come forward for the abuse, and then the Epstein files revealed images of him. There you go. Ooh, so that guy's toast. I don't know what happens to him. A snitch has to be close to the crime to be a credible snitch. Yeah, I get all that. If you think that Trump did something, you should talk about the evidence for what he did. All right, there we go. All right, you ready? Ooh. It's usually someone close to the drug pins that snitch, or just somebody who knows them. Is if you witness a crime. They blocked of the evidence. I think what you're saying is you feel that because some of the files were redacted, those are going to be like the files that showed Donald Trump was definitely, you know what I mean? I think the only problem is you will have to wait for the next president to see the rest of the files. That's my position on it. That's how I feel about it. So some files were redacted, meaning they weren't shown, and you will have to wait for the next president. For example, let's say in the redacted files, Trump's not guilty of anything. Okay, suppose this with me like a hypothetical. Even if you guys were told that, you wouldn't really believe it. You'd say, oh, they changed the files. Okay. But then suppose the other thing, suppose there's some kind of thing in the files that are redacted where he's guilty. Well, he's not going to reveal that he's guilty. So either way, you're going to have to wait. You're going to have to wait for the next president. Give me a number. You don't redact something that proves your innocence. So they redact stuff that is like you're not allowed to reveal victims and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, when the next president or the next whoever is in, you can request them to reveal those redacted files. There's been a lot of conversation about this stuff. There's never been a leaker who revealed something real bad about him. Democrats had the files before Donald Trump had the files. They didn't leak anything. They tried to do everything else to him, like they tried to throw him in jail. So I think if there was some kind of smoking gun in the files, they would already revealed it by now. We are. I think the Democrats had the file for a little while, so I think they would have just revealed it during the election campaign. They would have leaked it So that's what a lot of people say, but it's, you know, kind of because it makes sense. Okay, you ready? Ooh, a little sticky this time. All right, that's the hollow of the back. How sticky are these? Oh no, a little sticky this time, guys. Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh no. Okay, we got a sticky pack this time. Patrick says BS. What's BS? Big T. Keep my Dr. Trump out your blinking mouth. What? Your doctor? All right. All right. This is an unfortunate pack. It's a little sticky this time. All right. Sometimes you get a good pack. Sometimes you get a pack with the stickiness. You do if that file that is currently being investigated or can compromise an investigation. You are. I'm just saying, you know, there's people who have access to the file that could have leaked stuff, and the Democrats had it first for a while, even during the election campaign. Here goes. All right, be prepared for these to be sticky, guys. We've got Gabriel. Ooh, Gabriel. We got Wiggly Tough. All right. I know you got a couple, so let me place you. I'll place you here. Here's Gabriel Gallegos. I mean, it's just hard to believe that there would be a smoking gun in the files and nobody would leak it, nobody would reveal it. It'd be an easy way to shut him down like right away. Here's Pidgey. All right. All right. So there's Pidgey, Mr. Gabriel. And here's Harry Kennison, Mr. Harry. Here you go, Harry. Got the Golduck. That's going to be an H. Let's go find Mr. Harry. Let's see. He should be in here, right? Haha, Mr. Harry. Harry's a new guy. They would have done that to stop him from being able to run at all. Yeah, I think so too. They did a lot of things to try and stop him from running, right? They did the January 6th insurrection, so they tried to use that angle. So they tried to throw him out of being a votable candidate. And then they just off of that. And then they tried to find him guilty of a bunch of stuff. So they tried to say, well, he overvalued Mar-a-Lago or something like that a long time ago. So they tried to find him guilty of stuff. And that's basically like prosecuting your political opponent. Here it is. Here's Parasect. Ooh, so Mr. Gabriel, the tough news is that the pack was sticky. And then the other tough news is you weren't going to pull the hollow anyways. All right, Mr. Gabriel, let's grab your bag. I'll tell you what, do I have another, do I have any, yeah, let me go grab your bag. I was going to say, do I have any other tops cards? Maybe I wonder if I could give you a bonus tops card. We are. Okay. Good. Do you guys remember what the charges were? There were a couple of charges, and the Democrats at the time made a really big deal out of them. So, you know, they got a judge in like New York or something like that to find him guilty on some charges. And so, because of the guiltiness, they said, ha, he's a felon or something. So they kept repeating that line, he's a felon, he's a felon, he's a felon. And they took that mugshot. Remember the mugshot? But I feel like it kind of backfired. I feel like that was part of what made him popular. All right, here you go. Here's a bonus card, Mr. Gabriel. I bet it's in better condition than those other ones. So you're getting a not just the other card, but you're getting a bonus fresh card from a different pack. Right. I've always got a million of these myself coming out of the rainbow packs. Okay. Now let's get this up in the G box. He was charged on a couple things. The one of them was he had a deal with the bank a long time ago. This timeline sucks. He had a deal with the bank where the prosecutor argues that he overvalued the value of his like New York property or something like that. And they tried to say, well, that's illegal to overvalue the property. But a lot of other real estate um, businessmen and women said, well, if that's illegal, a lot of us do that. Harry Kennison actually had two spots. Here you go, Harry. But he was found guilty of that. But there was no victim. The bank had agreed with his assessment of the property at the time. So the bank said, yeah, we'll loan you money based off of that assessment because it was for a loan. That's why he was assessing the value of the property was to get a loan from a bank. So the bank said, yeah, we'll accept that. value for the property for this loan. And then he just paid back that money. So there was no like victim. There was no like the bank got all its money back with interest. The bank even said that during the prosecution. All right, so I guess this card is mine because there's an extra card in here. But I think I'm going to give this to Harry Kennison. So he's going to get a bonus card. There you go, Harry Kennison. So he was prosecuted on that. The other one he was prosecuted on was, I think, using campaign money to pay off Stormy Daniels. Wasn't that one of them? I think that was one of them, right? But I don't think it was him handling the money, right? It was some other guy handling the money. Mr. Jeff pulls the holographic Pidgey. All right. Wow, that was a rough pack. Here we go. He wasn't the one actually handling the money. It was some other dude. And it wasn't actually that much money anyways. So it's sort of like, okay, so your opponent has campaign money. Your opponent also happens to be a billionaire. He's not exactly short on cash. And some dude pays off like a prostitute, I guess, with perhaps campaign money. Should this cause you to go to jail and be disqualified from running for president? Is maybe morally, but if that was all it took, you could get a lot of politicians thrown in jail then, because a lot of politicians have done similar things. And you can just say, oh, wait, you can't run now. So you can use those rules to jail a bunch of opponents who have supposedly misused campaign funds. So that's Jeff Leon. And I think the third one was they were trying to get him for misuse of government secrets or documents or something like that. What do they call that? Classified information. So funny. He had classified information at Mar-a-Lago. Remember that? And then they raided Mar-a-Lago because the attorney general, he was kind of, he was a Democrat working for Biden. That was the attorney general at the time. He was on Team Democrat. So they raided Mar-a-Lago. Maybe they were hoping to find something other than the files, the classified files. But it turned out Biden was keeping files at his home too, because Donald Trump's argument is you're allowed to do that as president. And I guess nothing came out of it. So they just said, all right. All right, so let's put this in the Jeff's bag. So those were the actual charges. They're trying to kick him out of the race with those charges. And I think it backfired. I think it actually was one of the reasons he got propelled to the front of the Republican primaries. There's a lot of jargon. I don't know if any of you guys are following this. We are. When people saw the mugshot, they said, oh, damn. Ooh, beautiful. His businesses have filed for bankruptcy. Yeah, I've heard about that. Well, it's interesting. A lot of businesses can struggle. I think he was doing like casino or real estate. And sometimes if your business is not profitable, you can file for bankruptcy to restructure it financially. He's ultimately successful. So that's another kind of like a catchphrase people go after. He says, "Yeah, well, his business has failed 6 times or something like that." Okay, then why is he a billionaire today? Shouldn't he be like he should have no money? All right, so let's grab a booster pack. Boosty pack time. How about Breakpoint? Ooh, ready? Mr. True Story, I went to a music festival called Camp Flognaw when Trump was running. A rapper named YG has a song called Blank Trump, and he brought out Stormy Daniel to the song. I think that whole story with Stormy Daniel, which Trump denies, is very funny. What do you guys think? You think he really did have sex with a uh, corn star, and do you think he tried to pay her off with with the campaign money? Now, the whole campaign money thing there doesn't really, it just doesn't make sense. He's like a billionaire, right? So I don't think money is really an issue for him. That's why I think that it's maybe just a misunderstanding of the rules if he really did approve of it, or somebody else handled the money and they didn't understand what they were doing wrong. That's my theory. But it's like he's not short on cash going, oh, I better use the campaign funds for the story. If that even happened. That's what I'm saying. Like, we don't even know if it happened at all. All right, but I think it might have. I don't know why. I think that would have gotten you in a lot more trouble in the 90s, Remember Bill Clinton and Monica Lewinsky? That would have gotten you in so much trouble in the 90s. But we've changed as a society. I don't think people look at that and cringe. Well, maybe they do cringe, but I don't think they look at it and say that's unacceptable anymore. I think they look at it and some people actually go, damn. you know? Like Logan Paul, I remember when Logan Paul was buying his Charizard from King Gary. Do you guys remember that video? He had a corn star with him at the time, didn't he? Who was it? Was it Riley Reed? I don't remember who it was. I don't remember who it was, but he had a corn star with them at the time. All right. I don't know if changing the word to corn matters with the YouTube algorithm. The next pack shall be Breakpoint. Breakpoint. Look at that. Shiny Gyarados in there. Beautiful card. He had Riley Reed with her. Yeah, so I think the society's kind of softened up in a certain way. Maybe, adult content workers they're still a bit of a pariah, but I don't think they're looked at like the way a Christian looks at like a demon. All right, over here in the Breaks History channel, fun, interesting conversation, guys. I'm enjoying this conversation, by the way. Interesting conversation, don't you think? You got to, even if you don't like it, maybe it's at least interesting. This is going to say Tops Booster, and it went off at 191 minutes. All right. We're jumping over here. Here's Javier Arroyo. Are you religious? I'm not very religious, no. I mean, I'm open-minded to the idea that there could be, a creator of the universe of everything. It's just, if he really exists, I don't think he participates directly. I don't think he does much. Like, you know what he doesn't do? He doesn't pop out of the sky and say, "Hey, Jews, hey, Muslims, stop killing each other." You know what I mean? He doesn't do that. Or if he's a Christian God, he doesn't pop out either. And then every religion has like an explanation for that. They're like, "Oh, but he doesn't want to. You can't test him." So every religion, they got a reason why he doesn't do that. Seems like it would be very easy, by the way, to do that. Javier won live custom. Like back in the day when they had Jesus, when they were writing the Bible, that must have been a pretty easy time to be religious. You know why? Because Jesus was there. He was actually there walking on water, doing the birds and the fishes and the loaves of bread. He was actually there performing miracles. If some dude was standing around walking on water for real, multiplying loaves, if they was doing that in front of me, I'd be a believer too. I'd be like, hell yeah, I'm Christian. But that doesn't exist. It conveniently exists in a book, and that book was written before we could record videos. So now we can record videos, and it never happens. Here we are. So God could just pop out and be like, "Hey guys, just checking in 2,000 years later. Here I am. I'm totally real." Boom, the whole world would change overnight. So we don't get that. So I think if there is a God, he doesn't do that kind of stuff. He doesn't participate. Javier, he certainly doesn't stop cancer. He doesn't stop genocide. He doesn't stop war. So, and people say like, well, okay, well, it's a test or something. It's like, all right, well, I feel pretty tested. All right. Resident Evil trailer looks fire. I mean, all in all, we're still able to be here and have these convos, so it's not the worst. But still, I don't like that walking old cheese it. Yeah, he's pretty old, man. Well, here's the good news. I don't think he's going to run for a third term at all. And it's going to be a very different campaign in 3 years. So you gotta hope that whatever moves he does do while he's in office end up well. Like I really didn't like the idea of Iran having a nuclear bomb and chanting death to America anyways. So am I sad that they're going away? Not really. They were supplying China with oil, cheap oil, because they hate the West. They chant death to America even to this day. They're part of the Russia-China axis. Same with Venezuela. We just dismantled two of their allies. Russia is at war with Ukraine. So it's like, I don't know, he's beating up their teammates. We are kind of in a war. We could be isolationists. That's what like Tucker Carlson wants. I don't know if that'll work. Jonathan Cham says, starting to work now before that. 3x box of solo leveling. Let me go grab it. All right, you got it, baby. All right, here we are. Very good. Eric Trump. I hope none of Trump's children run for office.
it feels too much like nepotism, and those guys just don't have whatever their dad has. All right. You got to admit, Trump has a little bit of a mafia boss vibe, right? Whether you like him or not. It's a unique thing. He's got a mafia boss vibe. His kids do not. They do not have that. They're more like the kids of the mafia boss. And Eric Trump, by the way, he's Fredo. Is that the term? I can't remember the name. That's from the Godfather. So Eric Trump, he would be Fredo. So he definitely can't run. Kirk would have been the next president, but the bullet bounced and they failed to fake it. What? Are you talking about they tried to fake killing Charlie Kirk? What's up with all the belief that all these assassinations are fake? Is it really hard to believe that somebody would want to kill the number one influential Republican? I mean, when you look at the polls, Democrats talk about wanting authoritarian violence to, instead of just democracy. And you hear them saying, hey, we should kill these guys, right? You hear that online. These guys should die. And then it finally happens and you go, no, no, that was all fake. Is it? I mean, I don't think it was fake. He's definitely dead, right? All right. Was he supposed to get shot in the ear? You think they would really sign up for that? Who's signing up to get shot in the ear with a real bullet? Not me. That's not worth it. Here we are. All right. It's definitely not worth it. All right. There we go. Yeah, the bullet bounced off his vest. You ready? I'm going to snip this. All right. If you're a guy worth millions of dollars and you're having a lot of influence and power, why would you have a guy shoot at you with a high power rifle just to hopefully get away with the fake assassination attempt? It's so much more easy to believe that someone just wanted to kill him, you know? Snipping this. Like Shinzo Abe in Japan, he got killed. Was that a conspiracy? We are. Snipping this. Which English packs should I get, y'all? Ooh, good question. I like the Ascended Heroes. That's really popular right now. All right. Remember that Chicago mayor who told Krause to gang up on Trump supporters and make their day a living hell? Snip this. The same as Trump getting hit in the ear. So I believe we live in a time on the internet where conspiracy is super powerful. So people would just hear a conspiracy. There's no proof of it, obviously, but they'll just be like, trust me, bro. And they stick to it because I think ultimately that's what you want to believe is that all the assassination attempts are fake. Maybe there's some kind of cognitive dissonance where it's like you can't handle the idea that maybe the same group you're in is trying to do a lot of assassinations or something. But that's the most likely explanation. But it's like, the 9/11 conspiracies. It's like the Mossad did this, false flag events, the CIA that, although the CIA has done bad things, right? But everything can't be a conspiracy. But here are my thoughts. My thoughts are that we're living in this time on the internet where everything's an instant conspiracy. Like the most exciting story becomes the story. It's almost like content creation, right? And I think we're living in a time period where there's going to be huge groups of people who really buy into those conspiracies. And I think it's effectively like religion. Like you have no proof of it, right? You have zero evidence. That's the same with like your God. You have no evidence for your God. You have no evidence of ghosts. You have no evidence of little angels, little cherub angels with trumpets. So you have no evidence for it, but you believe it and you're ready to fight tooth and nail over your beliefs. And so I think that's where conspiracy is heading. And there's going to be so much of it on the internet now. Everyone's just going to pick and choose what they want to believe. And somebody's going to write up sort of like an exciting story about how the conspiracy could be true. Like I think somebody did a Jews control the weather in our Discord server like yesterday, actually. So they did one, and it wasn't ironic. It wasn't ironic. They weren't being ironic or satirical. I think they were being serious. And so they were claiming that the Jews caused like
I don't know, like flash flooding in North Carolina or something like that. Obviously, there's no proof of this at all, but how easy would it be for me to convince you that that might have happened if you're already looking for a reason to not like Jewish people or something like that, right? So I think that's where the internet is heading, is sort of like these massive conspiracy, lots of people believing the conspiracies. Nothing's true, everything's false, everything's a false flag, everything's the CIA, everything's the Mossad, everything's the ulterior plan, like a Hollywood movie. Like I'm saying, it's like a Hollywood movie. I think that's where the internet's heading. And I don't know what that looks like over time. Like maybe there will be a big group of people voting who just believe whatever they want to believe. And then there'll be a group of people who are sort of like, I need evidence for that. I don't know. But it's very interesting because that means we're going to head to a sort of like destabilized time period where your best move is to just lie about everything. So it's like a post truth time period. So if, let's say, excuse me, let's say Donald Trump hires a hitman to kill, I don't know, like a serious Democrat. I don't know who that would be even. Maybe, yeah, I don't know who like the lead Democrat is. Maybe like Gavin Newsom. I'm not sure. So the Republican Party hires a hitman, kills the lead Democrat in an assassination, and then you claim they killed themselves, or it was all fake, or that Democrat is still alive, but they were part of a pizza party situation and they escaped to an island, actually. So that's where we're heading. Is this situation where if no one believes anything, you're going to you're going to get away with worse things over time. And I don't know if Republicans are sharp enough to kind of realize that that's the scenario, but it will head toward people getting away with increasingly worse things and then just claiming your opponent did it. My opponent did it. And then you'll go, hey, yeah, actually, the opponent did it. Because everyone will believe you because nothing, you can't prove anything. You can't falsify anything. Prove to me if God is real. Prove to me that the CIA didn't do this. So that's the problem with conspiracy in the future. And I think that's where we're heading. Everyone's just going to believe whatever they want to believe. They don't believe the authorities. They don't believe that the evidence that the news is putting out is real. They're just going to believe their own version of what they want to believe. So that's very religious in my mind. It's like a political religion. Here's whoa, Gogun Hee. You are star. Wow, I think that's a hit. All right. Someone thinking that plan right now, damn it, someone already thought that. I'm actually thinking of deciding my major as economics. Economics is a pretty solid degree. I think it'll always be valuable. We are very nice. But if you want to make good money, you got to get into sales. See, economists work in kind of like they work in like probably data science. They probably work in prediction. They work in markets. And so you have to have a really high level job for that to start paying money, I think. But if you're into sales, you just have to sell something to someone and then you get paid. So it's like you can become a salesman who's really good at economics. If you want to become a high paid economist, you better be one of the best minds in predicting markets and judging how humans act in a market, which is, some of that's like psychological, sociological, Sung Jun Woo. So I don't know, if you want a surefire way to get rich, get into sales and business. If you want an academic kind of job, go for economics. But you have to be prepared to get really smart and really schmarmy if you want to succeed in that area. But it's a good job, I bet, especially if you're very passionate for it. Look for where your passions lie. I am kind of proficient at math, so got to be of value. Yeah, math is interesting. Math is interesting. I think AI is going to increasingly do the math jobs, though. You got to be careful with that, okay? So it's funny, you could find yourself in a position where AI does a lot of the math, and maybe AI does a lot of the data science and math modeling and market modeling, kind of like what you would have done as an economist. And the jobs that are paying tons of money is like the guy who knows how to fix a car. So we don't know. That might, like, ooh, look at this. People who are chopping trees down out here in Lake of the Ozarks, they're getting paid a lot of money just to know how to chop trees down, and they didn't need a degree for their job. And the robots are not going to replace them in 10 years because it's too high risk of a job, right? Like if a robot chops the tree down wrong and it crushes your home or kills somebody, so they're going to have a human chopping the tree down to make sure it goes right. So ironically, it's a blue collar job, but if nobody goes and does it, it's going to pay increasingly well because everyone wants a degree job, you know, a job with a degree. And then the computer is going to know how to do your degree job for you. And that's going to become an issue because the computer is very cheap. Robot laws, it's a gray area. That's right. LMAO, yeah. Services, yeah, exactly. Services. Yeah, it's tricky because AI is pretty smart. And you're getting lots of good pulls here, JC. Look at it. This is the Igris card. I think this is like a $200 card, guys, that he just pulled. Wow. So this set's handing out hot pulls, guys. Still haven't pulled the Sung Jin Woo, though. Cool, man. So this is UR star and this is HR star. Ooh, lovely, man. What time is it? 5:15. It's time to start wrapping it up over here. Fun conversations. People reported a man on the roof to the police for hand, but nothing was done about it. Here's Sung Jin Woo. Ooh. All right. I hear you, man. For me personally, Mr. Patrick, I'm just going to go with the simplest explanation. So that's like what Judge Judy says. She looks for the simplest explanations for things. She says whatever is the most obvious, uh, the most obvious outcome for what's going on, or the most obvious story of what's happened is most likely what has happened. So I think most likely what's happened. Damn, bro, you're pulling Choi Jong In. All right, not bad. Look at you. I believe somebody wanted to kill him. For obvious reasons. And then I think somebody wanted to kill Charlie Kirk, and now he's dead. So I think that's the simplest explanations. Um, you can believe an alternative explanation where it's like a wild conspiracy. I would say, if you want me to believe it with you, you need to provide evidence that that's what happened, which there is no evidence that that happened that way. So you're just believing in something with no evidence. That's a religion. It requires faith, and it's convenient. It's conveniently the thing that you want to believe anyways. Here it is. It serves your like political, like feelings. That's how I view it. Tossing that, tossing that. And I think you're going to see a lot of that over time. Like same with the twin towers coming down, the 9/11 attacks. I just think that most likely people who were anti-Western religious guys blew up the towers because they don't like the West. Now, maybe you could convince me to believe that the government knew it was going to happen and they didn't stop it. But some people really believe the government itself did it. And it's like, I don't think they did it. But even the furthest stretch for me would be the government maybe knew beforehand it didn't stop it. But I don't know. Even that's hard for me to do. So, like 9/11, I don't believe in that. I believe that there really were terrorists who flew airplanes into the building because it's like you got to get somebody to actually fly the plane and die. Same with like the guy who just attempted the assassination on Trump. How do you find these guys that just want to sign up to go to jail for the rest of their lives? Like what's the thing that's convincing them to do this? The guy who just got caught, you know what I'm talking about? All right, that's JC. How do you find these guys that want to sign up to go to jail forever? So for me, the easiest explanation is he really wanted to shoot somebody, which come on, it's America. Of course he did. We got the best assassinate. Nobody's got assassinations like we do. We are. Thanks for the great polls. Now I'm motivated to work hard today. Nice, dude. Yeah, I would probably consider grading the Igris, and I would do a quick search on these two. If they're good too, they might be worth grading. But the Igris for sure is a hit. Do you rip ETBs? Yeah, we rip ETBs sometimes. Just depends. All right, there we go. Mister, who wins in a fight? George Floyd and Charlie Kirk versus Corn Pop and Will Smith after his fights. Just yeah, that's right. Will Smith would probably win. He's got the smacking power. All right, very good. I just go with the simplest explanation of events until I have evidence otherwise. So I'm a real evidence based kind of person. I don't like to be misled. I don't like to be influenced. I like evidence a lot. I know there's people out there who um, they're called influencers and they like to influence. So I just ignore influence and say, what's the evidence? Now, if the authorities say a bunch of bad guys flew airplanes into the building, I can choose to A, trust the authorities, or B, assume the authorities are lying. If I wanted to live in a world where I always assume the authorities are lying to me, I think I would be, I don't know, paranoid. You have to trust them to a certain degree, or else you just believe that you're in this world where everyone's lying to you. I don't know. Like, you have to believe that it's all fake. And I bet you if you did an analysis of people who are deeply into conspiracy, the irony is that they probably believe the authorities on the subjects that they already agree with, and then they disagree with the authorities on the subjects they don't agree with. So I think that's the danger of it. And so for me, I just default to they're probably telling the truth. They could be lying, but they're probably telling the truth. And the simplest version of the event, the simplest explanation is the event I go with. What an Uber shift. Love that Mr. stays live during my Uber time. Fun conversations about how conspiracy theories, just connecting the dots that Macmillan McGraw-Hill School textbooks was owned by Ghislaine Maxwell. Dad Mossad, right? Law academic facts here. Mr. Who wins in a fight? Dan, what an Uber shift. The polls I just witnessed is fake. That's right. It's a conspiracy. They told us America discovered. All right, guys, I'm going to hop off. I had a lot of fun. I'll see you guys for the Saturday nighttime stream. I hope you guys will join me then. That'll be in like 12 hours or however long from now. See you later, everybody.